And we are live. Hello, everyone. It's your boy Billy, and yes, I'm still ripping off DNC. It's only until I can finally change my name again, because apparently YouTube has a limit on how many times you can change your name. Like 90 days currently in this form right now, which kind of sucks. So I'm here with Waltzilla and Florence. You two can introduce yourselves if you want.
Go for it, Florence.
Hey, my name is Florence Lupin. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook. But it's under like Miguel Perales, so you know.
Yeah.
And I'm Waltzilla, and I'm a fantastic shit poster and meme farmer. And you can follow me on Twitter. I haven't made any videos on YouTube yet, but I probably will in the future sometime. Just I haven't planned on it, or whatever. But yeah. I'm a funny dude.
Also, you can just upload like 10-second videos roasting someone.
Oh, dude, I should. I'd be pretty good at that.
People, their whole library is just a bunch of short videos like cursing at someone.
Yeah, you just hear me call some dude a faggot for like 10 seconds. No. What I want to do, I'd like to make some animation with it, and I've got some pretty good ideas on how I'd like to do it, but I don't know much about like exactly. And don't get me wrong, I can draw pretty decent. I mean, pretty good, but like I don't know how to do the whole web or internet drawing type stuff, like cell shading and stuff like that. But
yeah,
I just haven't like put any damn effort into fucking with it yet.
Oh yeah. Well, anyway, gentlemen, today this is number 3 of Age of Shitlords, so I have to really stay on point and talk about random stuff, you know.
Just episode 2.
Oh, wait, you kind of out.
I said sorry, I missed episode 2.
Get a switch point to join in, so we were able to have some interesting conversations.
Hell yeah, I like Switch.
Like,
cool.
So since people are watching, if they show up and stuff, so explain the whole Batman thing again.
Okay, so the artist who drew Batman taking a knee back when Colin Kaepernick was playing in the NFL and shit, it was solidarity, whatever fucking socialist progressive bullshit damn virtue signal like these retards are trying to fucking pull. Tweeting about Trump this last week, and I was following Underground Geek, and I saw Underground Geek was like, "Hey man, come on." He was like, "You're on your you know what I'm saying, forum." He was like, people have been leaving Marvel because editors keep doing the same shit. They're sick of the politics. You don't understand that alienates fans. You know what I'm saying? You're taking like half your fans and you're basically giving them the middle finger. And like, I respect you. I like your art and stuff. And dude was like, said something fucking halfway passive aggressive about, oh, well, you can just ignore that shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't always tweet about stuff like that or whatever the fuck. And Underground was like, all right, man. And after that, like, a bunch of fucking dudes, Rabbit fans saw that and started fucking, like, talking shit to Underground Geek. Like, coming over and be like, man, you shouldn't be telling somebody what to tweet. And you shouldn't be blah, 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 blah. And I'm watching this shit happen. So I'm like, hey, faggot, aren't you being a fucking hypocrite telling this guy what he should and shouldn't do and reprimanding him over him asking somebody not to do something? You know what I'm saying? Like, the hypocrisy was unbelievable. So so one of these jackasses was that one faggot from Pete and Pete, Michael C. Morona or some bullshit. I think is his name. He was in like the Home Alone movie. He's basically a failed actor. I think he was in like that movie Slackers, like back in the early 2000s, and that movie completely sucked and bombed into theaters. The only good scene about that was when that one actress like was topless and you got to see her tits in like that indoor pool scene at night or whatever. That's the only thing I fucking remember out of that damn movie. But then again, I've got a photographic memory for fine ass titties. So I'm a titty all day, every day type of guy. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
know you ain't gonna get that shit past me. But and she made it into my naked actress collection drive. So kudos to her. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, getting back to this crazy shit. So I'm fucking roasting this jackass. You know what I'm saying? And he can't say anything. He's triggered as fuck. He was like, so whatever, man. I'm like, yeah, whatever, dude. I was like, you haven't been able to fucking counteract one of my points. See, I cut him off like really, really well. And I brung up points. I was like, so you don't like Trump? Fuck you and like the rest of Hollywood. I was like, yeah, half the country doesn't like him. You know what I'm saying? No big deal. I was like, do you think Hillary would have done better? And I was like, Hillary defended a actual rapist in court and then had a good laugh about it. You know what I'm saying? After he got off. He couldn't refute that point because that was a fact. If you refute the fact that he was being a hypocrite, because I called him out on that fucking shit on Twitter. And he kept saying the same shit over and over. And I was like, dude, you keep saying nothing. You're triggered, so you want to get in that last word. I was like, but you don't know what to fucking say. I was like, you're not smart enough to come up with a good fucking or whatever the fuck. And he was like, man, you keep saying the same thing over and over. And I was like, oh yeah, just copy what I'm saying to you. I was like, you know what I'm saying? I was, you unoriginal fuck. He was like, do you have Alzheimer's or something? And I was like, no, but I think you're suffering from Trump derangement syndrome. And I get banned for saying that he's suffering from a fucking fictional mental disease after he tried to fucking talk shit to me on a real mental disease. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, well, technically Alzheimer's isn't 100% mental. I mean, it's not classified under mental or physical under fucking insurance because I've actually had to deal with that shit in my family before. But anyway, regardless, I get a fucking ban. I get a fucking 1 week ban for that fucking shit. I report his tweet. He doesn't get shit. I was like, this is some gay ass fucking shit. But what he did was he changed his name to try and troll Comicsgate by saying something like, Comicsgate is a bunch of stupid shit. So what I did was on another one of my devices, I came up with another Twitter profile, looked up his pic on the internet, made a fucking troll account with his real name, stole his real name, and then fucking wrote this great shit in the bio like, I like gay butt sex, watching my wife have sex with other guys because I can no longer get an erection, and a whole bunch of shit like that, you know what I'm saying, in his actual Twitter profile. So I trolled the fuck out of him. It was so good. I had a lot of fun this last week.
Hilarious. Okay, that's really funny. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's pretty funny you're able to actually get a celebrity to respect you. Most of the time they don't respond back to like, yeah, downs.
Oh yeah, well he's a washed up actor. He's not a real celebrity. You know what I'm saying? Like he was a fucking
celebrity.
Yeah, he was like a sidekick actor to start with. He was never like had his own shit or nothing. He was always a fucking like or whatever. He was just like their token fucking ginger faggot or whatever in the movies anyway. But the funniest fucking part is he's not even verified, and he switched his real name on his fucking Twitter profile to try and troll like Comicsgate. So I turned around and fucking stole his name. So fuck him. That was hilarious. That was great.
Oh yeah. So besides anything or like this week?
What about you, Florence?
I just finished Heir to the Empire. I really loved it. Thrawn, Paleon, Card, they were, I ended up really, really liking their characters, and especially Mara Jade. I think she's kind of a hard ass, but at the same time, it kind of makes sense because of what happened to her. I don't know if you guys read the book, but
I mean, read the book. But I'm familiar with Mara Jade. Yeah, she used to be an Emperor's hand. To the light side. Yeah. For it to be a hard ass, extensive history.
Yeah, dude, I love the Star Wars novels.
Oh yeah. I'm kind of I already have like the whole trilogy, so I'm already gonna move on to the second one.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, no, I read The Dark Path of Destruction like a few years ago, which I absolutely loved. That was a great read.
What was that about?
He like invented the rule of two. Reason why there's only two Sith in like Wars like movie universe.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, the Master of the Apprentice. Yeah, basically, it was one of those novels that kind of the narrative that the Sith were always evil, the Jedi were always good, that the Republic is a great system to be under. When you like compare it to like something like the Empire, it's kind of aristocratic. He grew up on a very poor planet, the Outer Rim, mining colony, and like people got sick, and he eventually fled and left a Sith like army. And there, he basically becomes like, he realizes that he's force sensitive, goes to the academy to learn to be a Sith. He then learns that how the Sith are is what's the word? Because they formed a brotherhood, which is kind of like imitation of the Jedi, where they're kind of like, oh, everyone's kind of equal. It's almost like a communist collective in a sense. So he hates that because he thinks that the Sith are like staunch individualists. Tons of Sith. So he basically kind of sets in motion the downfall of the Sith to like try and restart everything as rule 2 to keep it pure and strong.
I know he was in a Darth Bane. I know that he was in the Clone Wars TV show, but I haven't gotten that far yet.
Yeah, I think he briefly appears, but you need to read the book. It's a trilogy, and Path of Destruction is the first book. It is really good.
Cool.
It's one of those few stories where you get to read about Sith Lord, like where he's the main character.
Yeah, it's 3 books, right?
Yeah, it's 3 books.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So, yeah. But it seems like, nowadays with the fall of all this, like the Last Jedi and stuff, it's like, now it seems like Star Wars is going to go the same way as Transformers did.
Oh yeah, did you hear that? That the Last Jedi in China, it actually lost to this other Chinese movie. I forgot the name of it, but it was like a third. I think it was like this comedy spy movie from China. I forgot the name, but it was the third.
Didn't have like a 90% drop off in China. Like the drop off was insane.
Yeah, they did not make the amount of money that they were projected to make in China at all. But I mean, fuck, they really didn't make the money they were projected to make in the fucking US at all.
Wait, but they had an Asian character. How could they not make money in China?
That's what happens when you have a fucking diversity hire. I mean, shit. And also, let's be honest, she wasn't even that attractive of a fucking Oriental. Like, Jesus, I've seen so many better looking Oriental chicks. You could have got somebody else.
Well, they needed someone who was like a little on the curvy side, because women have curves, or real women have curves.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't mind like a nice stacked chick, and I love the voluptuous look or whatever. But I mean, this character was absolute shit. Like in every single way, her character was useless.
Yeah, I mean I think it's summed up. It's like I think like the actress who talks about her, it was someone, I forgot who. They said like, well, she's not like a Jedi and she's not an excellent pilot, but she's still strong. It's like, it's one of that bullshit narrative where it's like, oh yeah, her whole character is that she's neither this or that. She's just strong as a person.
Oh yeah, I've heard that lie before. You know what I'm saying? When it comes
it's like it's that feminist thing. It's like, yeah, you're perfect as you are and stuff, and it's like, it's so complacent. That's the thing is that with guys, it's like, we kind of like, we want to push ourselves, but then you have this ridiculous ideology that you're perfect as you are and stuff.
Well, it's that body
positivity. Like no self-improvement. I know, it's no self-improvement. That's the thing. It's all just, complacency, being the same and stuff,
Hell yeah. No, I totally agree with you though. Like fucking, I mean, Jesus, what else can I say about that fucked up movie? God, it was so bad.
Oh yeah,
It
and then
was so
people are
bad.
like
I'm
trying
glad
like
they're.
people are calling racism on people like criticizing your character and stuff.
Oh yeah, fuck them.
I know, yeah.
Fuck those idiots. Fuck the idiots who are like, this movie wasn't like didn't lose because of forced diversity. It lost because of
Oh yeah,
this, and like, no, no, go fuck yourself. It was 100%
oh yeah.
forced diversity. If you can't see that it was forced diversity, you're a fucking retard. If you can't see it was a feminist agenda, you're a fucking retard. Like, just go play out in traffic. You know what I'm saying? You'll believe that too.
Yeah,
You'll
funny
believe
enough,
that's a good idea.
one of the review I liked him watching, the guy he's the guy who basically says, what the fuck and stuff whenever he sees something he hates and stuff in the movie. Like, yeah, he calls Rose like Shrek because he says she looks like Shrek or something.
Yeah, I love that review. I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, Shrek. So yeah, I guess maybe that's why you didn't like her and stuff because she looked like Shrek or something.
That was the one with like the decaying watermelon in the background every time he's fucking not showing scenes or some shit. Or he's like, this is a literal
Wow, I don't know what the
reaction.
heck that was.
No, that was the same one you're talking about. Is the
Yeah, I
exact
didn't
same
know
one.
that was a watermelon in the background.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean I do because I fucking love watermelon. Hell, I grow watermelons on my farm. So
Well, you're in the South, so.
that is true. That is very
If
true.
you're
I can
black.
spot a fucking watermelon.
Yeah, today it's like if you have a black character like eat a watermelon, everyone calls you racist and stuff.
You know what? That's fucked up because I'm part black and I love watermelon and I love chicken.
I know. I
And
mean, my
if
mom.
you don't like watermelon and chicken, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah,
That's
my
what I
mom.
think.
Yeah, see, my mom loves watermelon chicken, but it's like that's just how it is. Where it's like, yeah, if you do that in like a cartoon, you're gonna be considered racist or something like that. It's something stupid
Oh, that's
because it's all like stereotyping. I know.
I think that's stupid as hell, but yeah, I totally know what you're saying. For some reason, that stereotyping, that's stupid.
I know.
As fuck.
It's like I mean,
who doesn't like watermelon?
Which is
Where are
ironic
these
because
people?
if you had an Asian character eating a rice ball, are they now racist for eating rice balls and stuff?
Nah, but if a fucking white character does it for some goddamn reason, it's cultural appropriation. That's some
I know.
stupid shit.
Yeah, you can't win. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't know if you guys know Emily Hager from Emily Rose Hager. I don't know if you guys know her.
Like
No.
personally, or seen her in movies. What are we talking about?
Seen her in the Kill Slam's Discord.
Oh, you mean the person?
Oh wait, yeah, I know who you're talking about the trans guy.
We were actually in the DMs, just kind of like going back and forth, just kind of like trolling each other, just like I guess like talking shit. Yeah, we were just kind of going back and forth, and that's just kind of what it reminded me of. I kind of forgot what it was, but yeah, it was a pretty good time.
Yeah, that dude's cool as shit. Like I've talked to him a couple times, man. He's awesome. Like he was he was talking shit to me about fucking feminism and stuff. And I'm like, dude, you're preaching to the choir. Fuck that shit. And he was telling me about how he was trying to red pill his fucking parents, much feminist or some shit like that. And I'm like, Jesus, you must have grew up like on the fucking West Coast or some shit. But yeah, he fucking hates his college too. But no, I like that guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like oh yeah, there's a whole like Count Dankula thing that's been going on where he's like his trial's been pushed back again.
Yeah, because it's so fucking stupid. Like, what exactly is the goddamn not the defense,
Yeah,
but the
whatever
prosecutor going to say?
Yeah, I forgot what they call a prosecute. I forgot what they call. I know they're called the Crown or something, the Crown or whatever. But yeah, it's something stupid in the UK. Apparently, in the UK, they can like apparently gerrymander like that. It just seems so illegal. Like it should be illegal to do that, but yeah, they're able to. Like, filibuster. Like he filibustered, saying like giving all these accusations and calling him like a Nazi and a racist and all that stuff for like about 2 hours or something like that.
And he's not a fucking Nazi. And every time you see that dude walk in the court, he has got the biggest shit-eating grin ever. Like, can you believe I'm going to court for this stupid shit? Like, yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Like a guy, like he literally is just whenever he sees a camera, he's like smiling. So all the pictures of him is just him smiling.
Hell yeah. No, I've been following that not super closely, but I've been keeping informed on that as far as like videos and whatnot on YouTube. Fucking it's such stupid shit, dude. I'm so glad I live in the fucking U.S. and not anywhere in the fucking like EU or Britain now that they fucking did
Or
their
UK.
Brexit. Yeah, exactly.
Well,
UK either.
People are saying, oh, like they could kill Brexit apparently because there's like some BS that the politicians have been doing.
Well, yeah, it happened because of their last election cycle or whatever the fuck happened. Like the damn
Yeah, I know it's like I think she cucked or compromised or something like that. Like she apparently is not a strong leader.
Well, she kind of had to because the Tories, which is like their conservatives, lost so many seats because she ran a shitty fucking campaign and said a bunch of stupid shit over there, like bringing back fox hunting and other dumb shit. And by the way, I don't even give a fuck. Like, if you want to fox hunt, fox hunt. But like, that is like such a super liberal, like actual liberal, like society over there.
Is it also because she like held a special election or something because they wanted more seats or something like that? Like she like ran an extra election. I think that's what Sargon seemed to say.
Yeah, exactly. But you're exactly right.
Like,
it was
they did it because they wanted more seats, right?
Well, it was because that one socialist fuckhead, that one cuck, I forgot his
Jeremy
name.
Corbyn.
The faggot. Yeah, that dude. Well, that guy was like talking shit like she won't like the real prime minister or something. She was like, for real? She was like, all right, well, let's have a special election. And she had all the fucking momentum you could imagine. Two things that really fucked her campaign and fucked it for the Tories over there. The one of which was the fox hunting I just mentioned. And the second one was they were talking about censoring porn on the fucking internet. And everybody was like, no, fuck you. You're not censoring our goddamn porn. I mean, don't get me wrong. They weren't talking about fucked up porn. Child pornography should be goddamn illegal everywhere. I'm not even fucking talking about that. I'm talking about normal fucking porn on the internet. And of course, the fucking, the people are like, you're fucking stupid. Hell no.
Like, because feminism wants to do the same thing. Like the feminists here, they want to censor basically degrading porn.
Yeah, fuck that. Women are like 90% of the people that watch that fucking shit, or 85. Let me be like technically correct. You know what I'm saying? But 85% of women.
It's part of kink. Yeah, it's part of kink culture.
Exactly. They watch the fucking rape, fucking quote unquote rape porn, and I imagine like it's probably the same numbers for like the reverse rape porn for guys. I mean, shit, I like that. I think that's hot as fuck.
Yeah, but that's the thing but the thing is, people then voted for Labor, which is stupid because Labor is like a disaster right now. It's literally the party of we're going to basically cuck for migrants who are going to come in and basically F up our culture, and they're also a bunch of Marxist socialists and stuff, which is retarded.
Yeah, exactly. Well, not only that, but if you look at their political party system, they've got like 6 goddamn parties, you know what I'm saying, running for shit. Like if you look at have 4, but like 2 of them aren't even worth fucking mention. The Independent and the Green Party are jokes. Like, let's be honest. They get like what, 2% of the fucking vote or something?
But aren't like, sorry, but I know that, but the other parties in Britain seem to be very small because I know there's liberal Democrat, like what, aren't they over? Right.
Well, they are, but you gotta understand, like fucking, like 3 of them are basically the same as sort of like 2 of them are offshoots of like the Tories or whatever, or one of them is like cousin of like the Tories, and the other 3 you have like their Labour Party, which is their big liberal party or whatever that is. Unfortunately,
Labor, which sounds a lot like a communist party. I mean.
It is. It's a very socialist. It's very progressive in like the progressive party sense of the word. And then you have like also on that side of their political fucking spectrum or whatever, like classical liberal type party, and then another fucking offshoot that's stupid, like some hippie, stupid ass party.
Yeah, I mean what is UKIP? Is that a party?
UKIP.
That's like what's his name, Nigel Farage's party or whatever.
Yeah, that's kind of like the libertarians in the U.S. to be completely honest.
So that is a party then.
I believe so. Well, let me look that up. I don't want to say I'm fucking wrong. Actually, I'm kind of downloading a video game right now. One of you guys mind looking that up? I'm not trying to kill my bandwidth. I'm working with DSL over here.
Oh yeah.
Look up what?
I can look it up. It's like UKIP or whatever. I can
Yeah,
find
no, just go ahead and look up all the party system because I'm pretty sure there's like 6 of them over there. There might be more. I don't know. The UK is kind of ridiculous. I kind of do like some of their aspects, like when they have like open houses or whatnot, like actual people from like their districts or whatever can come up and like berate the shit out of the politicians, which I think we should have more.
It says UKIP. It says UKIP is British UK Independence Party.
Yeah, basically like libertarians over here.
Right-wing populist political party, yeah.
But also
yeah,
you've got like what is that? The Europe First or whatever, or
Britain First. But I don't think Britain First is like they're a movement. I don't think they're really like a party. If I remember correctly.
Exactly. But
it says. Oh, what?
Their nationalist fucking movement or whatever is very small though, because most of the people there are fucking cucked.
Yeah, it says like what is it? I'm just looking at their stances, but yeah, it's like they're hard Euroscepticism, which is basically anti-EU. They're right-wing populism, economic liberalism, and British nationalism.
Yep.
So that's their ideology right there. So they're not really libertarian. I think they're just more like nationalistic, and like their economic liberalism, which I guess in their definition would probably be like more individualistic on the economy.
Oh no, what I meant by that was comparing them to like the Libertarian Party here in the U.S. before the fucking ANCAPs and those morons fucking basically hijacked that party. It's what the Libertarian movement kind of was to start with. Hey, what is up?
Hey man, I am so fucking sorry. It's a long story, but this fucking computer, I want to shoot the motherfucker. It's been freezing up on me, and I've been fucking with it all morning. And so I'm sorry I'm here late.
Oh, it's okay. My computer's kind of been effing up too.
No, there's some shit. There's something going on with this. It's brand new. I just bought it anyway.
Okay. No. So anyway, everyone, the irate prosty is here.
Hello, y'all.
What's up? What is up? I'm Gwaltzilla, and I love your avatar. That is fucking fantastic.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Old movie. London After Midnight. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah. So anyway, all right. We were like basically briefly talking about like the UK and like their political system kind of stemmed from the whole like like Count Dankula drama that's going on.
We're not talking about the Sargon thing then.
I'm not sure about like what Sargon thing.
Yeah, that's convoluted and it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But anyway, yeah, the whole Count Dankula thing. I was talking to Tailed Feature the other day about it because he was in the court, when it was all going. He's friends with Count Dankula, and he said, it went all day long and it was nothing but the prosecutor. Parsing the definitions of words and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
And I said to him, I said, man, this is fucking terrifying, man. The fact that, some stupid thing that he put up can literally get him put in prison. And he was like, well, I mean, he's aware of Tail Feature was aware of, but it's like, we kind of like, I don't know how come these people haven't like revolted.
Well, yeah, I mean, it sounds like it sounds like it shouldn't be legal at all. That the fact that he can filibuster and make the trial go back so they don't have to do a verdict. And so it's like basically it's been described. They're making it go back, so he's gonna have to pay his lawyer more money until he can't. So he might have to settle with getting prosecuted or something or pleading. Right. It's something really stupid. Right. Like, if you like in America, someone should be getting.
Well, they do that here too. They do it here too, man. The deep pockets will fucking bleed you out until you do what they want you to. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or something. Isn't that there's some type of law against that?
Well, it depends.
Not really.
It really depends on the judge. I've been to court a couple times. I had a assault and battery charge once. And don't get me wrong, I got a lawyer for the fucking shit because it was bullshit. It was I was acting in self defense, and this faggot turned around and pressed charges on me. But lawyers will do.
Was that the waiter or the guy who grabbed you and stuff and you punched him out?
No. This was this other jackass. It was him and his twin brother. I'll just say that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to dox my shit, but no. Anyway, the long story short, I got out. But what lawyers will do is they'll keep asking for continuances until they get whatever judge they want, or also like fucking super big firm you're going against. Like, dude's absolutely right. Like, they fuck the damn DAs and like defense attorneys. They'll wait till they get a lawyer that they know, and they know they can fucking like give them part of like whatever, pay them the fuck off. It's corrupt over here too, yeah. But we just don't have the same filibuster bullshit rules like they fucking got over there. And right. The reason why, and one of the reasons they don't revolt is probably because they don't have a fucking Second Amendment. I mean, you can still have guns for like hunting and stuff over there, but like not like we got over here.
Yeah, the SOP with the process here is that the prosecutor will or the defense attorney will file for a mistrial. The judge will like go, okay, we're going to reschedule, and and then that's how they keep doing it, right? They keep pushing it over and over, and every time the person's in court, that costs them how many hours of the lawyer's time, and they're getting paid good. And after about 6 months to a year and a half, 2 years of this shit, it's especially with divorce and shit. It's like, God damn, man, that's the problem.
Oh, but isn't that like yeah, but I mean, you can get busted for wasting the court's time if you unlawfully prosecute someone. So so they can't do that with the the prosecutors for like say you're wasting our time, so we're gonna fine you.
Well, no, because it's because they're elected officials. They're in the good old boy club, of course, and they're not gonna prosecute one of their own.
But isn't a prosecutor not an elected official?
In some states, they are.
I mean, I'm not sure how the UK does, because I know they're called the Crown.
The DA in my state, they're all elected, and all the judges are elected too. If you fucking believe that.
Yeah, that's same here in my state. I agree with you.
Well, that's a huge conflict of interest, which should be legal.
You think exactly, man. It does. It's fucked up. The lawyers have it rigged where, if you want to take a shit, you have to go through a lawyer to get your way. It's even like a friend of mine was applying for disability, and the dude is fucked up. I mean, he is. Any doctor will look at him and say, "Man, there's no way this guy can get him work." But of course, he applies for disability, and they turn him down twice. But when he gets the lawyer and the lawyer does this and that over the phone, the judge says, okay, yeah, we'll go ahead and give it to him. Yeah. And then you don't have to go to court. It was just about greasing the right palms. It's all about greasing the palms, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not cynical or anything about this shit.
Yeah. So, okay. So also, I guess, so me and Florence were talking about this before, like the stream started before you guys came on and stuff. You went over this a little briefly and stuff, but I don't know. So I guess recently there's been like that whole little drama involving like Vox Day and stuff, which has become like, I feel like it's kind of gone out. Like, I don't know. It seems like it's kind of unnecessary and kind of just a waste of time.
Are you talking about like Comicsgate fucking trying to talk shit, or some people in Comicsgate talking shit about Vox Day?
So basically, Ethan Van Sciver did a review of one of his earlier comics. I forget what it's called, Quantum Mortis or whatever it's called. It's another indie book basically. And the artwork isn't really that great, but it's an indie book and it's not published by a company, so I'm not expecting too much. So he wrote a review on it. Vox Day responded with like a blog post or whatever on Reddit. And then basically Ethan talked about it, and then everyone else, like all his followers, got in on it and started, complaining and stuff. And like my point is that I don't waste my time with independent developers because like it's just not a waste of time. People are trying to say, well, we're trying to be consistent and stuff, but it's like you're comparing someone like Vox Day to someone who works for a multi-billion-dollar company like Marvel, DC, Dark Horse, Image, all those guys who actually are a lot bigger, threats, just because they're working for a huge company and can actually have an effect on the industry. Whereas Vox Day is basically like, he's just doing his own thing and stuff, really. So it's just a waste of time, in my opinion. It's like, to me, it's basically getting furious at a kid for stealing candy from a candy store and saying that's just as bad as an adult robbing a bank and stuff.
Right.
So to me, I just feel like Comicsgate is really wasting their time, and they're trying to look neutral and not like, you know, one-sided. But in the process, in this instance, it makes them kind of look stupid.
I agree. It kind of feels a little bit like virtue signaling, to be completely honest.
Yeah, that's my point. It feels like virtue signaling. I just feel like some of these people are kind of like really kind of like fanboying for Ethan Van Sciver at times.
Oh yeah, for sure. And don't get me wrong, I like DVS, man. He's cool as shit. But
oh yeah,
at
he's
the same
cool.
time,
I mean, I like his professionalism. It's just, you know, there are times in which people are worshiping these creators again, and they really shouldn't do that, especially after the whole Mark Waid thing. Because I was a huge fan of Mark Waid's writing and stuff, but you know,
they're just people.
God.
You know, you gotta remember that they're just fucking people, just like us. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're all a fucking in that vortex. You know, Van Sciver, at least, you know, he's like somewhat conservative than what you usually have to deal with when you're talking with the other writers or artists. It's almost like they have to spit that shit out to get work almost, you know. It's almost like they've got to, you know, say, hey man, I'm a liberal, look over here, you know, so I can get a job, you know. It's like it's cringy fuck, man.
Yeah, and people are
that's like,
oh yeah.
No, go for it, Billy. My bad, man. I ain't trying to cut you off.
No, okay.
Billy, put the URL in the side here so I can shoot it out.
The what?
The link to the
the stream.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me get that. Yeah.
I got my thing at 3 o'clock, and I'm sorry.
Oh, let's see.
No, you're good, dude.
You can see what you want. So you can see what you want, Gwalt, because I'm just like gonna get the link.
Oh no, I was just gonna back up your point. Yeah, I totally agree, man. When you got fucking jackasses at Marvel, and by the way, like those people that you were talking about, you have to act like that they're liberal just to get a job. That's like 90% of fucking Marvel's hiring practices right there.
Right.
But just to back up your point, Billy, like, yeah, like Vox Day. That is like such an indie book, you know what I'm saying? You got indie books like that Cal Exit bullshit and all stuff like that. And I would never, I'm not gonna buy that garbage. But on the second hand, I'm not gonna tell them not to fucking work or try to fucking tear them down. Like they speak for themselves, you know what I'm saying? You can just look at their body of work, or like that Black book or whatever, which is complete trash. And you could just look at the body of work and be like, yeah, that's trash. But at the same time,
don't companies isn't Cal X actually produced by like an actual company, like, you know, one of the big ones? I mean, not the big ones, but, you know, like a secondary independent developer.
It's an independent developer. I forgot the name of it. It's fuck, damn, I forgot the name of it. But no, you're right. It's I forget the actual company's name, but it's still indie. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like, there's a big difference from having like Marvel or DC putting out and a bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Versus like an independent company bringing out their own shit. But I agree, man. I think it's a kind of ridiculous, and I think it's very telling and very funny watching some people fucking. And I mean, I hate to say virtue signal, but that's exactly what it feels like. It feels like you're okay. So you're being like, oh, I'm not racist. You know what I'm saying? Fuck this, blah blah blah. I like Vox Day specifically because it had a fucking hot chick. And if anybody wants to talk shit about that, I want to see that. I'm gonna buy that shit just for that, because that's hot as fuck to me. But like, you know what I'm saying? At least she's drawn like a fucking woman and not like some Taliban approved fucking costume or some shit.
Oh yeah. Well, it's just like, you know, again, like people's complaints were is that basically what he's doing is like, you know, again, it's like the other side of the coin with what SJW is doing, where you're basically putting your like political agenda in comic books. But my point is that I never had a problem with people putting politics in the comics. I just liked it to be a fair playing ground where everyone could do it, wanted to. And since it's a free market, you know, people are allowed to do that because, you know, you're able to sell that type of stuff to people. And if it doesn't work, then, well, that's just the reality of the market. I mean, it's like novels do this all the time and stuff, which is why I kind of like the novel market. Whereas comic books, it's like some of these people just want a club where you have to, like, you're limited on what you can do, which I think is like harmful to the industry as a whole.
Absolutely, and you're right. It is sort of the other side of the coin, but at the same time, I'll hold my judgment until I see them actually put like lies and bullshit in the comics, like fucking what Marvel has tried to push, like some complete nutter like fantasy bullshit. But at the same time, I heard some people trying to make fun of Vox Day for not knowing who Ethan Van Sciver was. And I hate to tell you, I didn't even know who the fuck he was until like Diversity in Comics fucking promoted him. But I can tell you the entire like storyline of like Marvel Comics now. I can tell you word for word exactly how that went. Look, who was writing the comic books, who was drawing them. I didn't give a shit as long as they were good. Like, and that should tell you something about my personality. I really don't give a fuck who's writing the shit. He could be a goddamn midget lesbian for all I give a fuck in a wheelchair. It's good, and there's no ham-fisted bullshit in it. I don't give a fuck. Like, really.
Yeah. Let's see. I think this is a link to the stream.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Okay, sure. But yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. It's like, that's the thing is that I feel like some of the comic books gate people, they kind of want to say that, oh, comic books should not be political. And I'm kind of like, they kind of have been. Like in World War II, they were propaganda for our war effort and stuff. And they sold a lot of money, or sorry, sold a lot of copies. Like the best-selling era, highest-selling era of comic books was literally the time in which they were used as United States propaganda.
Yeah.
Where they were bashing Japanese and Germans and stuff. So it's like, you know, again, that comment is just stupid and stuff. I think the proper term is you don't like one-sided political comics and stuff. That's what you should use, not you say that comic books shouldn't be political because that's just bullshit and stuff. And that's my point. It's like I actually like it when comic books are political. It's just when it's kind of fair all around, where it's not like, oh, you know, all comic books are just left-wing and stuff, you know?
Oh yeah, no, I totally agree. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Vox Day is like any fucking, I mean, not a good thing or anything, but I thought it was a meme. I thought it was a joke when I first heard about it, and I was like, that looks funny as shit. That's gonna piss some people off. I was like, good. Yeah. Is that how I felt?
Well, the thing about Vox Day, the thing is that, see, you can't really compare him to SJW Marvel because, first of all, he's making his own characters and it's in his own universe. So it's not like he's taking these established characters and fucking them up like what Marvel Comics done, like, you know. So it's like a very bad comparison for the comic book state community to try and push it this way. I think it's just plain stupid, in my opinion.
Right.
I agree. And also what this person is doing is something that we've been critiquing for a while is like, look, you want to make a fucking character that some crazy fucking political whatever, make them. Don't turn existing characters, like you just said, into your fucking staple or whatever.
Yeah.
And that in itself at least shows some fucking creativity.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's just that, yeah, it's you know, the thing is, that's one of the things I didn't like about Ethan Van Sciver's tweet was that he just says he doesn't like when people make comics into a cultural war ground. And then I'm kind of like, you are aware that Green Lantern and Green Arrow was essentially that and stuff. It was literally a critique on our culture, talking about race, religion, politics, all that stuff, you know? And it's people laud after that series all the time. So it's just, you know, and Wonder Woman essentially was created as basically, you know, just show like was created for like matriarchal purposes and stuff.
Oh yeah, the creator of that really liked being tied up and had a huge BDM fetish. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, no, yeah, he thought women were basically going to rule the world and stuff in the future. Like America would be a matriarchy. Yeah.
Yeah. It might be if we never get in another war. Civilizations tend to do that when like you are.
Oh, wow. I've been binging a lot. I've been binging a lot of turd flinging monkeys videos, and yeah, that's not going to be a great thing.
President Oprah, man, Oprah for president. She's going to be our next president. Don't y'all get it, man? Yeah.
I would love to see that. I would love to see Oprah versus Trump. That's hilarious.
Well, first of all, she already has like, you know, she already has like skeletons in her closet. So, you know, there's that whole Harvey Weinstein thing. So, and I just honestly don't think people, especially, I think people are really getting tired of celebrities right now. So I honestly don't think it would work. Yeah.
The rumor that she's, you know, that Gail has been her lifelong, you know, partner in quotes. Ooh. You know, Gail, what's her name? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
kind of. Yeah.
But she's like on a show or something.
Yeah, they've been best friends supposedly forever. I want to put in on.
Hey, I'll be right back, guys. I need to go let my dogs back in.
Yeah, Gail King.
Yeah, Gail King.
Yeah, Gail King.
So okay, so basically they thought that they were like, so basically the rumors that they were like gay.
Yeah, that there's been a long rumor about that since the 90s. That that, and then there's always Stedman, and that Stedman was I don't know, man. You just check it out and read about it. I think it's an interesting thing. So
Okay.
I'm sure, yeah, that will that'll be emphasized, and of course they'll say like what what are you like homophobic anyway, and it's, and it
Well,
it might be the best thing if she did come out, politically.
Well, it's so funny because like Alex, yeah, it's funny because Alex Jones did a whole like transgender thing with Michelle Obama. You saw that one?
Oh man, yeah, she's absolutely a man. You can tell by the way she walks. Her hips are too narrow. There's no way a baby could fit through that. No, there's no way she had those two babies. Now maybe they were cloned. The daughters with one daughter looks just like her. So that's that may be kind of an X-23 kind of deal going on there, where they had cloned her as the man, and then they they manipulated the genes a little bit, and they turned her baby into a female. So maybe that Malia is actually Michelle 2.0. We don't know.
Well, that's a great impression.
Well, yeah, I try to work on it every day because being a man's what my job's all about.
Yeah, that's right. Well, the funny thing is that because the whole controversy came from that whole like what was her name, Michelle Pfeiffer or whatever, that woman who recently passed away, saying like she like said like everyone knows that Michelle's a tranny or something like that.
What's her name?
Yeah, she passed away recently, and people were saying, well, she's
Joan Rivers. Yeah.
And then there's a whole video clip that was shown where it kind of shows like she like Michelle adjusts herself or something like that. If you're like, what the heck and stuff.
Yeah, I doubt that any of that shit's true, but it's kind of funny to opine.
Well,
then
there's a whole clip where like Obama slips and says like Michael, and then corrects himself as Michelle. Because they're hinting at that Obama's gay or something like that, and some people are saying what's like they're being transphobic and homophobic. We're like, well, again, if you're going to be like that, you should be honest and stuff. You shouldn't just like hide it like that.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I just
yeah, but it's like basically lying to people, being dishonest.
Oh yeah,
Michael. I mean, Michelle is my best friend for all of my life.
Yeah,
you can't say anything else about her. So. She's beautiful. She's my woman, man.
Yeah.
I'm back. Sorry about that, y'all.
No problem. Everybody got stuff they got to do.
Oh yeah, I
needed bodily functions and shit.
Oh yeah, I needed to make some coffee. I'm a coffee addict.
Yeah.
Coffee. You should come live out here in Seattle then, Walt.
No thanks. Like I don't think I would survive on the way. I would survive on the West Coast, but I'm sure I would go to jail for like a fucking thought crime or fucking
I'm almost that Marvel literally only listens to people in Seattle when they're making their comics, because it's like literally every single, I think most of SJW Marvel's sales comes from here in San Francisco, probably.
Damn.
I think they're fudging their numbers. I think.
I mean,
I think they're using digital. I think they're using digital sales to fudge their numbers.
Well, thing is here in Seattle. Oh, yeah.
I don't think
Loot Crate too.
I don't think there's 100 women in this in the United States that read comics.
Yeah, basically here in Seattle, essentially, it's like literally geek culture and SJW, social justice are almost intertwined. Like you literally almost can't separate here.
The 100 women that do read Marvel comics are all here on YouTube and have their own channels. That's it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they kind of proven that women there are very few women that actually do read comics. Like, I mean, compared to men, I think it's 20% or something. Is that like the actual number or the accurate number?
Thought it was like 15, but I mean, it could be 20. Okay, wow. You never know. I don't know.
I think women tend to read more novels. That's just the thing is, Like women read and write more novels. Like I think women are the majority in novel.
Or in the case
a good portion of the money.
Yep.
And it's really talking about novels.
Or in other cases, they'll probably just kind of stick to either manga, or they'll probably buy comics. They'll probably buy comics, just not like anything from like Marvel or DC. More like Scott Pilgrim or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Do y'all remember the Hernandez brothers? Any of the Love and Rocket stuff that was real popular with the girls back then, back in the day. Because they had a lot of gay characters and stuff in it. That was a Fringe indie comic.
Did a lot of girls like Archie, or was that not? Or was that a mainly guy audience?
That's like a brain dead kind of. That was a brain dead book. Mostly people that read those were like just bubblegum. I could never.
That's funny because everyone loves Archie. Some people love it.
Well, yeah, but I mean the old stuff, back in the day, in like the 80s and 90s, nobody read Archie, man. I mean, it was
the comic was going on for a long time. It was like,
yeah, exactly. So I'm sure they've changed. I know I saw the zombie shit.
Yeah. My brother loved Archie.
I like the zombie shit.
I think back in the day, Archie was kind of a 50-50 split between male and female because it was a slice of life. But when it comes to manga. When it comes to manga, though, I think that's probably about a 50-50. There might actually be more women who read that than men. But on the comic books, as far as web comics, free, and web comics, like that is overwhelmingly female to men on web comics. But guys are generally the ones who actually put money into actually supporting a company and shit like that, like fucking Marvel and DC.
But see, the thing is that the thing about manga is manga kind of like with novels. So same thing with novels. Manga and novels are very set up to like appeal to lots of different people, and you don't have that ridiculous stigma that basically SJW's kind of tried to brought into comic books, where they're trying to basically force themselves into like the industry, whereas manga and novels is organic, and comic books, at least before this whole SJW nonsense, was kind of more specialized, like a very specialty industry, kind of like a like a hobby store. It's like a hobby and stuff, which kind of makes the market smaller and stuff.
No, I totally agree.
That's just, I think So I think the problem is just with comic books, it's more narrow and stuff. I mean, there are very diverse titles in terms of storylines and genre, but it's kind of just still smaller and stuff.
Oh, it's definitely it's always been a niche market. You know what I'm saying? But
it used to be more. It used to be bigger especially back when they were appealing to kids more. Like the Silver Age was a lot bigger compared to today.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I feel like comic books, if they're on the spot, they either need to go back to kids or they need to basically become like books, where it's like, they need to expand a bit more and stuff.
Yeah, the money. I mean, because it's like, how many kids are going to be able to spend $15 on 3 comic books?
Yeah, that's
the price to make it cheap. Exactly, man. They need to be like at least $1 a pop, so kids can buy them.
Yeah, because with manga, you spend like $9 and you get like a 250-page book for a volume.
Yeah. Well, how about this? This is something that just popped into my mind. Why not put an adult version out and then like a newsstand, like kid version, where you take out all the adult stuff out of the actual book and shave it down to where you've got like, instead of a 25-page book, you've got like 18 to 15 pages, and it's just good stuff that only the kids can would get into. I don't know.
Well,
spitballing.
Well, a lot of comics tend to be very violent, so I feel like they just need to make they need comic books for kids and for adults and stuff. Like they need to basically split the They could split their line where you have one character gets a kid's comic, another character gets an adult comic, and they have which characters are going to work for that. Like you could have a kid's Superman comic book, an adult Superman comic book, and so on and so forth. Like something like the Doom Patrol. Like the Doom Patrol could make a great kids comic since they're set up like an 80s cartoon series. Same thing with Challengers of the Unknown as well.
When I was really young, they were running the old Captain Marvels from the 30s and 40s. They were reprinting those in this really large format. It was pretty. Yeah, they were great. I loved them when I was a kid.
Oh yeah, same thing with Captain Marvel. Captain
You could do
Marvel.
shit with that. The old, I mean,
Oh, yeah,
I'm talking about the old Captain Marvel with
Yeah, I know
Dr.
the big
Savannah.
cheese. Yeah,
Exactly.
right. Oh yeah, no, that's what I'm saying is Captain Marvel. Like Billy Batson should be a kid's comic. Like his character
Yeah.
is perfectly set up to be appeal to kids. So trying to make him appeal to adults to me makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah,
It'd be like trying to make Harry Potter appeal to adults too. Like Harry Potter was made to appeal to a younger audience and stuff.
Well, yeah, and that's what The Magicians is on Sci-Fi Network. That's Harry Potter.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that. It's like for adults. Yeah,
it's actually pretty good, man.
I heard that.
Sexy,
I don't have Sci-Fi,
very
so
sexy,
check it out.
sexy people running around.
So they're trying to go after HBO with sexiness.
Well, they cuss a little bit, but they just bop it out a little bit. They should be titties in it though. It would be a lot better with tits, I would say.
Well, I'm waiting for
Everything
Krypton to come out because that looks like a fun show.
Everything is better with tits. Let's be honest.
I agree.
Titty all day, every day.
Yes,
Titty
gotta
all day,
love
every
the titties. Dude,
Yeah.
I'm sorry I couldn't stay longer, but I've got to go do my thing with Sir Adamantine.
Oh sure, yeah.
I am so sorry I forgot about all this, and I was.
Oh, that's it.
I got your tweet and shit.
I should do like I need to do a reminder.
I'll make it up to you
before.
All right.
I need to start doing reminders.
Yeah.
Before,
Yeah, dude. I'll find you on Twitter, and I'll try to find you if you got a channel here on YouTube. I've got.
I do a show every Friday night called the Cream Stream.
Oh, nice.
On my channel. Yeah. Well, there's three kinds. There's whipped cream, which is usually spontaneous streams that I do, and then there's sour cream, which is the drama streams, and then the cream stream, which is it's kind of newsy, kind of goofy, kind of is group. So yeah, check us out, man. If you like us, might look like it, doing some invitations or do something else later on. So
Yeah, I'm so jealous. You got like Andy Wartsky and stuff. It's like no fair.
Yeah, that was all weird. So yeah, keep your eye out on that stuff too, because there may be nothing, but not with Warski or anything, but and not drama. God, please, no more drama. I'm just want to So yeah, we're kind of growing a little bit. So keep your eyes open, and I appreciate everything, y'all. And just next time, let's. I'll make sure I'm here on time and stay the whole hour. All right.
Oh, sure, yeah.
I totally apologize. All right, dude. Take care, and we'll see y'all later. All right. All right.
Yes,
yep.
yeah.
Nice talking with you.
Nice to meet you. Yeah.
Okay, so everyone, that was Irate Prostate. Please go subscribe to his channel because his choice of names for his streams are pretty funny.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna check him out or see if I can't find him.
Yeah, he pretty much mostly does all live streams, basically. I mean, he does some non-stream videos from the look of it, but yeah, it's mainly just streams.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so I guess, that's the thing is that I feel like, comic books, if they need to survive, they need to expand. They obviously need to, stop blacklisting people for having differing opinions and stuff. Like, that's very bad. And, because that's the great thing about books is with books, you can find tons of publishers who are going to publish you even if you're conservative or you're a hardcore Trump supporter and stuff, Like, you can find publishing markets out there for you. Whereas with comic books, it's much harder, to be a conservative and to actually produce a comic book reflecting your opinions.
Hell yeah. Which
is bad for it because it's hard to get new ideas. One of the problems with comic books right now is that they don't have really any new ideas yet. And the SJWs, because they basically have free reign to do whatever they want, they're producing bad material. Whereas if you allow conservatives to make conservative comic books, then that kind of incentivizes people to do better because you have both to balance each other off and stuff. Because in my opinion, industry does better when you have more people, you have more opinions that are able to spread around.
No, I agree, especially if it's something mainstream like that. I mean, somebody made a very good point about the new fucking Star Wars movie, and that was that I think actually I've made one of these points myself or reiterated it. But damn, as far as political, or you go full fucking libtard or progressive or whatever. Progressives are such a small percentage of the left already, like the Justice Democrats or whatever those fuckheads are.
Yeah.
But you alienate
yeah,
the rest of your
I haven't heard too much about them. I mean, that's just bullshit right there.
Oh yeah, no, it's fucking Cenk Uygur's goddamn party, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This bullshit, or he was one of the figureheads until like that whole comment came out when he was like, quote unquote, a fucking conservative back in the day or some stupid shit. Which I cannot imagine him being a conservative. That is hilarious to me, especially as fucking crazy as he sounds now. But
yeah, well, you know, the converts tend to be the most extreme.
So Irate left.
Yeah, he left. Oh, yeah. Were you gone?
Oh yeah, I was in the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But you were talking about you're talking about the Young Turks.
How so we were talking about how like with the comic book industry that they need to have more political diversity instead, like, because that really helps with story ideas. Because when you have a lot of ideas running around, people aren't afraid to express themselves. That it basically allows you to write better stories. So like right now, I feel like Marvel and DC's problem is that they're afraid to offend people, and they have such one-sided politics that it's hurting the creativity. You know, you need to have a conservative and like you need to have like both a left wing and right wing, you know, influence in your medium, especially when it comes to writing stories. Like one of the reasons why books do so well is because they have a good balance of left and right wing books and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now Milo has a book, you know, like Vox Day has a book, an actual novel. You know, like Mark Dice has several best-selling books too.
Oh yeah, love Mark Dice. He's hilarious.
Damn, oh yeah, I love it. Yeah, I like how he says President Trump. It's like President Trump.
No, yeah, exactly. When he's got on those fucking birth control glasses, that shit is great.
Yeah,
when he's wearing the BBCs. Excuse me.
Yeah, it's like that's what he said. You dumbass and stuff. Like you dumbass.
Dude, I love his fucking videos. That shit is wonderful. But no, like going back to your point about manga. That's why manga is so fucking popular. There's something for everyone in manga. You know what I'm saying? There's so many genres to pick from.
Well, okay, I guess when you think about manga is that politics and manga is a little different. Like, see, with Japan, they don't have like they kind of do, but it's just different. Like, you know, you don't have the same type of like views on race and all that stuff like here in America. So most of their politics normally has to do with war, like the very basic stuff, because that's the thing that affected them the most, which was World War II.
Yep.
So a lot of it has to do with war, the environment, you know, the effect of like industrial complex and stuff, you know.
Yeah, the sanctity of life, a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, and like honor, like you know, basically like in Naruto. Like Naruto is basically all about war, the ties of family and bloodline, honor, basically, you know, friendship, and essentially like, you know, the question is it okay to break the rules if it means defending your friends and stuff?
Absolutely. And as isolationist as Japan is, like fucking, I still love their goddamn culture. I love the way they do things.
Well, the thing about Japan is the thing about Japan is they're very traditionalist and isolationist, but they don't let that affect their creativity. Like in America, for some reason, we have the serious issue where when you become very like into these politics and stuff, you want to like basically control everything. And that's the thing is like in America, there's so many control freaks who want to control what is allowed to be expressed. It just kills our creativity and stuff, you know, where it's like in Japan, sure, they're isolationists, but their manga, it's very different. Like Naruto is a very kind of open world where they kind of mix cultures and stuff, where they're kind of standoffish, but they do at the end of Naruto, all the countries come together and basically form an alliance and, you know, become peaceful, you know?
It's called feminism, and yes, it destroys everything it touches. You're exactly right.
Oh yeah, no, you need to watch like Turfling Monkey's feminist economics or feminomics, basically.
Oh, dude, I love it. I do. I mean,
that was such a good video. It's like, yeah, apparently that was insane. Like, apparently France passed a law basically saying you like, what was it? You can't fire someone if you have more than 50 workers and stuff.
Yeah, so,
you know, so people just didn't show up.
Yeah.
But then because of that, the companies that could fire people were 50 and under, and then you had no growth and development, so they fucked up the business market. Because apparently there was a loophole basically saying that a foreign company doesn't have to follow the rule or something. So basically it was communism. They implemented communism, and they basically ended up fucking up their job market.
Very much so.
Yeah, I don't have a cigar on me, so I'm just holding my remote, basically, kind of like the way, you know, you see a picture of the monkey holding it.
Hell yeah.
Sorry, I love that picture where the monkey's just like holding a cigar and stuff.
We were talking about Sweden or
oh what?
With the whole
oh sorry. Did you? Sorry. Did you have to leave?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I had to go and help find a feather duster, but I came back when we were talking about manga.
Yeah,
I know you guys were talking about like Sweden or something.
We were talking. Well, first we were talking about like how Japan basically is, despite being an isolationist nation, it doesn't really affect their manga. You know, their storytelling. Like they're able to tell stories where you have worlds where people are very open and stuff. You know, so in America, we are control freaks where basically our politics, we try to control what is expressed in like pop culture.
Yeah, for some reason. Yeah, and then you said something about
I was talking about France, like Turfing Monkey did a video about how feminist economics don't work, and he mentioned that France implemented a policy where you any business that had more than 50 workers could not fire people basically, and no one showed up to work basically because of that. And then companies that were lower basically did not grow, so essentially they implemented communism and they fucked up the job market. Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's pretty screwed up, you know, basically how basically, you know, Japan can basically be it's, you know, Japan can basically have free expression, but despite us, we're a country that is like pride ourselves in being all about freedom, and we have issues with expressing ourselves in like stories without being, you know, controlled by someone else.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I guess he had to step out for a moment.
No, I'm still here. What's up?
Oh, sorry, you didn't hear your spawn, so I just wasn't sure if you stepped out for a moment.
Oh no, I'm chilling, man. What's up? What was the question? I apologize.
Oh, I was just saying it's kind of weird that Japan, despite being a very traditionalist country, apparently has less issues with free expression compared to America, despite the fact that we're supposed to pride ourselves on freedom.
Well, one of the reasons they do that is because they rejected the shit out of feminism. Like fucking, I saw this EU representative over there trying to tell of Japan why they need feminism, and he was telling them all the reasons why they don't. As far as comparing, he was comparing fucking work output. He like devastated this bitch, like fucking on every level. I need to find that video for you.
Well, the interesting about that is that with some manga, I mean, some anime manga do bring up like gender issues, but it's done very subtly that you don't miss it because Americans are so obvious with it. But the thing is, like in Naruto, you know, Sakura always kind of gets upset that she has like a flat chest and stuff. So she does have body issues and stuff. Subtle, almost either joking way that it's kind of missed and stuff. But, you know, like here in America, when you take that, you know, you get that whole feminist rant about how, you know, horrible society is and like societal standards and beauty issues and stuff.
No, not at all. I agree. But like,
yeah, whereas Naruto, like in Japan, they do it subtly. Like you just don't really notice it, kind of, which is kind of funny.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say that's a gendered issue because like all girls kind of deal with that. You know what I'm saying? Either they think their tits are too big or they wish they had bigger tits and stuff like that. But
yeah, but if you saw it in America, yeah, like the feminists would always give you that rant and stuff.
If you had a character like Sakura in fucking an American animation film or whatever, feminists would be talking so much shit that they would want her character to change because she's super overbearing, she's very hawkish and shit like that.
Really? I think feminists would like her character, actually, because, I mean, it's kind of like, the ironic thing about Sakura is that, I mean, when she starts off in part 1, sure, I think feminists would complain about her being useless and being a damsel in distress, but in part 2, you know, her overbearing, and, you know, basically the funny thing is, like, I'm actually surprised they didn't make her a lesbian because I feel like, given her personality, she almost seemed kind of like she should have been a lesbian.
Oh no way!
but
So wanted.
Wait,
fucking,
what?
No way! She so wanted fucking Sasuke's dick. Come on.
Yeah,
now. She
but
was
just
all
her
about
personality, her overbearing personality still hinted at that. You know, when you take away her crush on Sasuke, her overbearing personality and stuff and all that stuff kind of would have made it make sense, actually. You know.
that. Oh yeah, but at the same time, damn.
But you know, it's shonen. Shonen can't do that. You can't do that with shonen because, you know, with Japan, it's like if you're gonna have gay characters, you have to put in a different magazine. Shonen's like, nope, you can't do that stuff. Because the creator actually did want Sasuke and Naruto to be a couple, but you know, Shonen told him you can't do that and stuff.
Well,
with their books.
Well, he still had like trap characters all in that fucking anime. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, that's a term for that. Yeah, characters who look like women, but they're men.
Exactly. But I mean, but at the same time, like I can like you were saying, I like now Naruto Shonen Jump, like or the second iteration. You know what I'm saying? When they were a little bit more grown up and stuff. Sure, this could definitely get behind that. But at the same time, if you look at Sakura, she was the medic. You know what I'm saying? Which is traditionally women.
Yeah.
I mean, they make.
But now that I think about it, but here's the thing. Now that I think about it, do you feel like Naruto is kind of the first instance where traps appear in like pop culture? Because I just realized, yeah, Haku might be the first trap in pop culture. Because I was pretty confused as a kid whether or not he was a boy or a girl and stuff.
No way. The first instance I can remember that is a movie called The Crying Game. I don't know if you've seen that shit or not. Or actually, no, Sleepaway Camp. I think Sleepaway Camp predates that. Did you guys remember Sleepaway Camp?
Oh, was that the slasher film?
It was a slasher film.
Oh, you mean that's the one? I mean, I haven't watched it, but I saw it on Wikipedia and stuff. That's the one where like what the parents, these sick parents wanted a girl, so they made this boy into a girl or something like that. It's like forced transgenderism, right?
It was a sick mother, and yeah, she totally abused the shit out of her kid. But you don't know that the whole time. You don't know that until like the very end of the fucking movie, like that.
So yeah, you don't know that dad's a boy and stuff.
Exactly.
I know it's like really disturbing, yeah.
But yeah, damn. But as far as like modern day, I mean, yeah, you had that, and you had I'm sure there's other instances before Sleepaway Camp, but this one I personally can remember seeing a movie that old, and I mean that was an old school slasher movie, you know.
Oh yeah,
that was like during the time.
Oh yeah, back in the 80s, yeah, because it was the 80s, right? Because the 80s was like the slasher movie era and stuff. Everyone was doing it.
Oh yeah, dude, Halloween, Friday the fucking 13th. Those are.
No, my thing was Nightmare on Elm Street because I love that shit because that was different. That was like a different slasher film.
I like Nightmare on Elm Street, and don't get me wrong, I love Freddy. I like the whole
that guy was pure evil. Like he doesn't have a tragic backstory. I mean, he's literally a child murdering serial killer who you want to die and stuff, you know.
But at the same time, like he was super comical. You know what I'm saying?
He was like a comic book character basically.
Yeah, he was like the Joker mixed with fucking I don't know.
Sandman, but he's basically he's like Sandman, like Morpheus. He was like, imagine Morpheus, Sandman, like Morpheus if he was mixed like with the Joker and stuff. So like I think like it'd be cool. Like he would make a great what was it? He'd make a great like John Constantine villain or like some villain for one of those supernatural heroes.
Oh yeah, very much so. Like I love Supernatural. Are we talking about?
I kind of wish that they would buy the rights and stuff to to buy the rights to him and bring him to the DC universe as a recurring villain. Because he always comes back.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'd be great. Like, especially Justice League Dark. Yeah, put him in Justice League Dark.
Oh, yeah. You're talking about fucking Dream? Bringing Dream back?
Oh, no, I mean, I was talking about, Freddy Krueger. Like, they buy the rights to Freddy Krueger and bring him into, like, the DC universe as, like, a villain. For, like, the supernatural heroes.
Well, what is that? New Line Cinema, right? They're the one who owns the rights to that, if I'm not mistaken. Or...
Oh, wait, Freddy Krueger?
Yeah.
That's just because New Line Cinema is owned by Warner Brothers, because DC has rights with them.
Oh, nice.
So they could technically do it.
They most certainly
could. So yeah, I guess they could.
I mean but they've already...
Well, they have done Freddy Krueger comics, so I'm just wondering if he actually is... His rights are with DC. I don't think so.
Go for it, Florence. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you can
Oh yeah,
go.
what you say?
I'm good. I was just gonna say, fucking, I enjoyed the Freddy versus Jason movie very much, as cheesy as it was. But I mean,
Oh
come
yeah.
on.
Oh, you need to read the comic Freddy versus Ash versus Jason, because that's a good
Yeah,
one.
yeah, that is fantastic.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, but yeah, that's the thing is that yeah, it's just the problem with comic books is that kind of storytelling as a whole. Although novels, fortunately, haven't the market is basically too big for SJWs to unless the government decides they're going to censor and sanction publishers for publishing controversial stories. The market's too big for them to mess with that and stuff yet. I mean, it's just too big. But with comic books, it's smaller, so they can do that. It's just they just need to they just need to express themselves more. It's kind of like with the Japanese, because the Japanese have definitely got it made because they don't have to worry about having a crackdown where it's like we're going to censor you,
I mean,
and they need to
what are you
bring in
saying,
sex.
Florence?
Like they need to bring back sex into comic books as well, because that's the thing about manga is the what is it called darn, what's the term? Fan service. Yeah, see, fan service needs to be mainstream in comics. They need to bring back as much titties as possible.
Yeah. But as for who's actually licenses the titles for Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th, it's actually Wildstorm, and I know that DC is actually its parent. So, yeah, I think that DC possibly could bring Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street into their stuff, along with Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, but but that's kind of how it is sometimes, where it's like you come up with these great ideas, but the companies don't come up with those ideas because they're busy doing other stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes bullshit, it's bad stuff, because that's just how it is. But yeah, I mean, because I think because I feel like fan service and something like High School DxD, like that, if we had a comic book version of that, that would be great for the industry. I don't know. Do you agree, Walt?
Well, the whole deal with the mainstream industry of comics, I just don't. I really despise like a lot of what it's turned into at Marvel, and you notice that they're fucking changing, right? With CB Cebulski and stuff like that. I'm glad. I mean, they're canceling fucking shitty ass books. They have not canceled enough books, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, the damage is already done. So, they need there's going to be a lot of work to do, because canceling is not going to magically fix the problem. Because if you don't, because I mean, again, if you still hire shitty talent, it doesn't matter who you're firing or canceling. It's just they're just going to f up another book and stuff.
That is true. Like,
yeah, and I hope Bendis doesn't f up Superman, because they gave him Superman 1000, so some people are worried. So I hope he doesn't screw up like that.
I think we just lost Florence, but no, I totally agree. If that fuckhead puts Superman in a coma and has like a 15-year-old black girl come and take his goddamn place, revolt. Like, that's some bullshit.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Florence.
Oh, yeah, Florence.
Oh, hey, yeah. I X'd out on accident.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, that happens sometimes. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, so I feel like if that's the thing about, that's one thing that manga definitely does, is the fan service. So I feel like bringing sex back in the comic books, and I mean like fan service, like manga type shit and stuff. The stuff that will piss off every single feminist, that will sell you a lot of books and get a lot of people into it. So you want kids stuff, but you also want the fan service stuff too. Like manga has stuff for kids, and they also have the fan service books.
Well, if you look, okay, so I started reading comics when I was a kid, and there was super adult themes going through that.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? There was like
the 90s or the 80s, or I guess the 90s, right?
This was This was both the 80s and the 90s.
Okay, like, 80s and 90s, fan service was huge. The amount of sex,
Oh, dude, big time. Like, I remember there was a fantastic Spider-Man comic book, Amazing Spider-Man. It was guest starring Beast in background, and it had Beast and Spider-Man on the cover. And the whole time, Spider-Man is discussing how he's worried about trying to have children with Mary Jane, because fucking he was worried that his kid could be a mutant, and him and Beast are talking, and it's two intellectuals talking, and it was some very real discussion, and I picked up on it as a kid, but age or whatever. But as far as it was a fantastic conversation about the of trying to have a kid, and Beast was like, yeah, most more than likely your kid's probably going to be born with superpowers or be a mutant or all this other stuff. But the shit that Mary Jane was dressed in, you should definitely look up this fucking book. I've got it somewhere in my stack of comics in my storage or whatever. I should probably go get that sooner or later. But damn, but dude, like Mary Jane was wearing some sexy shit. Like that was fucking awesome. No, like just put it back in. You can have like rated G comic books. There's already comic books out there that are rated G. Jesus, for like kids and stuff. Anything else. They even released the Spider-Man Adventures fucking books like back in the 90s. Or maybe I think that was still in the 90s, which was basically the TV show, the cartoon that was out, which was a fantastic cartoon back in the day.
Yeah, I guess.
And it was just those stories reiterated, and they weren't as racy, but at the same time, you could still keep your adult universe that you've been building for fucking years. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't like dumbing down comics. Like Squirrel Girl is an abomination on the world right now.
Well, I mean, here's the thing is that, I feel like, when people say for kids, I mean, I wouldn't say, I guess I wouldn't dumb them down. It's just they wouldn't be violent and full of sex and stuff, but they could still be smart. It's like, those old school Cartoon Network shows that were for kids, but they were still very smart. And, even could actually give them a good story,
Even for teenagers, I mean, good grief. Like, if you don't think hormonal teenagers, I'm going to buy some comics with some sexy girls in it, you're fucking mistaken. That is your market. Sex sells. Sex sells.
So that's my point. Is I feel like manga is great because they are able to market to both kids, because like shonen is marketed to kids and stuff, and then you also have the other series that are marketed towards more adult readers with like their fan service and all that sex and stuff.
Well, yeah, and even I enjoy like slice of life anime and stuff like that. Like there's this.
I mean, girls love that shit. Yeah.
I mean, I like that stuff too sometimes. I mean, it depends on the series.
Well, yeah, it can be really funny.
Yeah, exactly. Hilarious comedy, and like it's got like emotional worth to it. I like watching stuff that's gonna hit me in the chest sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And let me know I've still got like emotions left. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit, like something kind of sad.
For me, when I watch anime, it's like, for me, it's like I need it's like I need mythology, or not mythology. I need something like chakra and nen, like those energy forces and superpowers and stuff. That's why I like characters with a variety of interesting powers and like interesting villains and a really great soundtrack. That's how I get hooked into an anime and stuff.
Oh yeah, really good storytelling. I like a nice, very lush background. I like knowing things. I like the information.
Although, I mean, I love Dragon Ball Z, which is kind of a light storytelling, not very complex, straightforward. But I just love the soundtrack that they did in the dub for Funimation. So, that gets me and stuff.
I don't know. A lot of Dragon Ball is very complex, especially when it gets like in between fights, training wise, stuff like that. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of filler episodes, but
kind of like.
Take, for instance, when Goku and Gohan were in, like, the hyperbolic time chamber. And Goku's like, he's like, wow, I became an ascended Saiyan. He hadn't reached Saiyan level 2 yet. Because he figured out that it was an emotional response that he needed, not necessarily something he could train to hit, like, the level 2 Super Saiyan. And that's what he was telling Gohan. He was like, look, man, hitting Super Saiyan, not always about fucking training as much as you can. Training, don't get me wrong, will always keep your base strong, but it's an emotional response to become a Super Saiyan. It's a power that you need, not that you absolutely have to have, that you need to have.
Well, and then because then there's then there's this thing with Super Saiyan 3, where it's like Super Saiyan 3 kind of broke that because there wasn't really an emotional response. Because all we know is that Goku and Gotenks basically trained really hard to hit the base. And then they could transform in Super Saiyan, where you're literally like, like powering up and stuff and hit the Super Saiyan 3, but it burns through it's really energy inefficient stuff, so it burns through your body very quickly.
Well, shit, Well, shit, Gotenks didn't even really train for that very much. He was just kind of there. You know what I'm saying?
He was in the well. He was in the. They were in the time chamber. So basically, 1 hour is like 6 hours or what? Oh wait,
Exactly.
1 minute. 1 minute. Sorry, yeah, I think yeah.
Exactly, but Goku like figured it out somehow. They don't even tell you how he fucking figured it out while he was dead. You know what I'm saying? Training in the afterlife. But yeah, exactly. The hyperbolic time chamber. Yeah, they spent a lot of time in there doing whatnot.
Yeah, I mean that was kind of plot. I mean,
fusion.
hyperbolic time chamber was kind of plot armor so that they could train harder and get more
Exactly.
time in. Yeah, so that's because that's kind of what Kishimoto, Akira Toriyama tends to do is that he tends to use either a lot of plot armor or kind of does some very convoluted stuff to to basically get the characters in a position to beat the villains, and it kind of gets repetitive after a while. It's just the action the high powered action and like the music kind of makes it worth it.
Exactly. I do love when Vegeta in Dragon Ball Super goes to the hyperbolic time chamber, comes back during the Goku Black Saga. Have you watched that?
I'm not really interested in Super just because I don't know. It's like I watched GT, which was okay, but I mean I don't know. It just didn't really interest me. I feel like Dragon Ball's kind of just run its course. So.
Oh yeah, GT.
I just had no interest.
GT was interesting. It's very divisive amongst fans.
Okay, I've heard a lot of people really don't like Super because it just doesn't feel like Dragon Ball. Like it's like they're trying to, I don't know. That's just what a lot of people say. It doesn't feel like it. And some people complained about like the art style and like the character directions. Like I think they say Goku is even more of a moron. Like he's become more stupid.
Oh yeah, well, I don't know. I like Dragon Ball Super, and because it kind of continues the storyline, and it does cut out GT, like everything that you know from GT.
Okay, because that's what some people were saying is GT at least felt more like a Dragon Ball series, whereas the people who were complaining about Super said that it felt like it didn't feel as much like Dragon Ball.
Oh no! If anything, it feels more like Dragon Ball Z, than GT felt like Dragon Ball Z for sure. That's in my opinion, but I mean it's all subjective. But don't get me wrong, I like GT. I liked a lot of the crazy shit that went on in GT. Yeah. Baby and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that was fucking wild. But at the same time, like Dragon Ball Super feels way more like fucking Z does than felt like Z. Like personally. I mean, don't get me wrong, like animation wise, stuff like that. Yeah, Dragon Ball GT's way more in line with that. But even some of Dragon Ball Super's fucking animation has been catching a lot of flack for some of the cheap animation.
Well, I mean, it seems like Dragon Ball Super. It sounds like it seems like it's more inspired off like the Buu Saga, where it's more fantasy, whereas Dragon Ball GT was more like the first few seasons of Dragon Ball, where you had aliens and you also had androids.
Oh yeah, but I mean, you get that shit too in the Super Saga. And you get a shitload of aliens.
But it's more centered. It's more centered around like the gods and stuff. Yeah, is that kind of the more central storyline?
Yes and no. Like you also so since you haven't seen Super, I'm not going to spoil much, but there's also time travel involved, like there was during the
Android I know Saga. Future Trunks comes back.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, it's kind of funny as fuck because.
Yeah, people got really mad they had blue hair or something. Because some people were wondering when the heck did he get blue hair or something like that.
Oh, he didn't really. Oh, yeah. Well, I think they were doing that. I have no idea why.
I have no idea either. Yeah,
or whatever.
Everyone was like doing. Everyone like a lot of people were saying, "What the fuck" or something like, "Why the hell does he have blue hair?"
Yeah, I agree. Like, I don't know why either because he's always had.
Even younger Trunks has purple hair and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know if that was just to fucking distinguish him from being like a different multiverse or some shit.
I know someone explained that in one of the very early drafts of the character, or like in the cover, he had blue hair and stuff in the manga of Dragon Ball Z, but they changed it to purple and stuff, because I think it was blue on a cover years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, probably, but yeah, I agree. I didn't like that choice. I don't know what the fuck was going on with that my damn self. I noticed that too. I was like, this is kind of ridiculous, but I always like the future Trunks character. I thought he was badass. I like the fact
like sword. I know one person's complaint about I think was like because yeah I'm subscribed to him. I think his name's Swaikage and stuff because he did Dragon Ball videos. Now he's doing Naruto videos. I like his video. I really love his videos, but like one of his complaints about Dragon Ball Super in a video was that they put a time limit on Vegito, the fusion earrings and stuff, like which he felt was out of nowhere. And then there's a whole thing where like Trunks basically creates like a spirit bomb sword and like basically essentially kills the villain, which he thought was really weird because you have Vegito's a fusion of Goku and Vegeta and stuff, and apparently they couldn't get the job done. So like his complaints about that was like, oh, that sword is now like one of the most powerful characters in the universe. But anyway, that was just one of his criticisms about the show and stuff was that it was kind of like to him it didn't really make sense because you feel like Vegito would have been the one to take out the villain. Since it makes the most sense since it's Goku and Vegeta, and Vegito's in like God form and stuff. So yeah.
Are you talking about we're talking about Dragon Ball Super, right? And
yeah, Super. Yeah, it's like Zamatsu, is that his name? The villain. Like he cuts him in half with the sword. Yeah.
Well, he doesn't just do that. Like okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and spoil this one for you because I've watched that whole arc.
Yeah, I'm not really gonna watch the show. So yeah.
The show, it's very entertaining and it's very Dragon Ball-ish, like if you like Dragon Ball. But I mean, do what you want, of course. But damn, okay, so during that, I think one of the reasons that Trunks had to beat that guy is because it was in Trunks' timeline period. It was in the timeline period. No Goku, there was no Vegeta around. They'd already been killed off by the fucking androids years and years ago. So it picks up right where that like kind of. But there was this one guy who was in one sector of the fucking universe or whatever, and they could sense he was a bad dude, you know what I'm saying? And they felt his Goku felt his chi, so he comes back and he's like, "Look, Beerus, I'm having issues with this guy. We need to go see him because he's gonna do something fucked up." Now Beerus takes care of the guy in their universe because they figure out that extremely powerful ring or whatever that can manipulate time, and every time like it's used, that ring then becomes null and void and a new ring appears. So there's this box and there's only supposed to be like so many rings in there. They notice there's an extra ring in there. They're like, somebody's been fucking around with time. But the reason why Trunks needed to do that is because that was his universe. And I agree, Trunks could only go to like Super Saiyan level 2 basically at that point in time, because I mean it's Trunks, you know what I'm saying? It's Trunks from Dragon Ball Z. So like stage 2 is all he ever was able to fucking hit, like in that timeline. But he's seeing like fucking Goku and he's seeing fucking Vegeta go into like God mode and stuff. Some of their shit, and you even have like you said, Vegeta, which was insane in that fucking in that arc. I love fucking seeing that happen. That shit was awesome.
Oh, Vegito, yeah, the fusion.
Dude, that shit was great. Like that was unbelievably awesome. Seeing him show up, and he wrecks house. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, that's why
the final Kamehameha, which is like the final flash mixed with like. Yeah, I actually have that as a GIF that I like to post on fucking Twitter and shit. It's fucking beautiful.
That's why I like reading Dragon Ball Z Multiverse, just because there's like a universe where Vegito never defused. Yeah. So it's basically like essentially he's like the guardian of the universe, where he's like going around defending like different galaxies, like different planets, and he has a daughter, so it's Bula or whatever, like Vegeta's second like child. Yeah, it's her. But unlike her original universe self, this version of her is like really super strong. Like it's like she has to be really careful without getting angry, otherwise she could basically cause a huge amount of destruction.
Accidentally destroy a planet. Yeah.
Yeah, like she's really strong. Yeah.
Yeah, damn. But I mean, I kind of like Trunks taking care of that, because that was his world he was taking care of. It was like the remnants of his people that he was trying to defend. So it made sense to me, you know what I'm saying? And he even like learns this new ability I mean, his sword got broken in half, but he used this amazing, and he pulled the energy off of everybody, including Vegeta and Goku, to like make that shit happen. You know what I'm saying? But that goes back into what we were saying about anime, about like the sanctity of life and like its own life energy and shit like that. And don't get me wrong, I'm not that fucking guy as far as like believing in those type of energies and stuff. Don't get me wrong. I know that our bodies produce like a certain amount of charge and a lot of heat and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? As far as energy is concerned,
it all comes from God.
Oh yeah. Well, but
I'm just joking. Yeah.
But the gods in Dragon Ball Z, you know what I'm saying, aren't even like really gods. Like they're
you could kick their ass if you're if you're strong enough.
Yeah, if your power level's high enough.
King Kai's a god. Like, Frieza could kick his ass. Yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like even King Kai's like, yeah, don't fuck with Frieza. You know what I'm saying? But no, I mean, I kind of like that. I don't know. I like that arc. I thought it was a pretty interesting arc, and I always like seeing the post-apocalyptic bullshit times. You know what I'm saying? It's funny as fuck because Goku and Vegeta go over there to like kick his ass, right? And they're like, we'll take care of this shit. They get their asses kicked and have to retreat. They're like, fuck, how the fuck did that guy kick our ass? You know what I'm saying? And they train, and then they come back there, all right, we're going to go again. We're going to fuck this dude up. Got any sense of beans? Good. All right, we're going. And they get their shit pushed in again. Fuck, this guy's like fucking him up. But Trunks is the one that ends up like actually beating him. But in order to do that, Trunks has to ascend to a certain level as well. You know what I'm saying? Powerful enough to beat him. And also, I really enjoyed the whole kind of romance story between him and I forget her fucking character's name. She's in the Red Ribbon Army. She got turned back to a kid along with like Garlic Jr. and the fucking Cat Ninja or Fox Ninja or whatever the fuck he is.
Oh, you talking about
Ninja?
you mean Emperor Pilaf's henchman? He had a romance with her.
Oh yeah, in the future, because she turns out to be in like one of the leaders of the resistance and shit like that.
She got de-aged or something?
Yeah, she did in like the Dragon Ball movie Dead Zone, wasn't it? No. It was when did she get de-aged? Was it? It was Z Saga. I'm trying to remember.
Okay, that's interesting.
Oh, it was but yeah, she definitely got the Z Saga, I'm pretty sure, because she was a Dragon Ball character.
Yeah, she was a Dragon Ball character, yeah.
I forgot her fucking name, though. I can't remember her name. But, I mean, it's really interesting seeing that. And there was also a lot of character development with young Trunks, talking with old Trunks and stuff like that, which was really cool. Like, I mean, I like that art, to be honest. But then again, I mean, if you're ADHD and you just in it for fucking like the fights or something like that, then I can see how some of the story development would kind of bog you down. But I mean, I love fucking a good glorious battle. Don't get me wrong, but I like knowing the stakes, and I know like I like the build up to why and how it's happening. But that's just me. But I kind of like that. But I mean, I like that whole arc, to be honest. I thought it was pretty cool, and you get to see fucking future Trunks in it, which I think he was like, compared to like every other Saiyan, he was kind of weak in the Z series, but for his time when he first shows up, man.
Cool. I always love watching the trailer when I watch my Dragon Ball Z tapes, because they like have a trailer for his appearance in the next arc, which is really epic and stuff. Yeah,
he's like, "Hey, Frieza,"
like he just cuts him in half and stuff.
Yeah, Frieza's like the baddest motherfucker. Goku just had to fucking beat him coming back to Earth and shit, and Frieza beats Goku there, and he's like, "Oh, what's up? Fuck you." You know what I'm saying? Immediately.
Well, Goku wasn't there. It's just like, Goku thought he had to come back to beat him. Yeah,
exactly. Goku was on his way back. Thought he'd have to like use instant transmission or whatever, but he noticed that fucking Trunks was there. And
that's the saying. Yeah, Goku versus Frieza. That was such an epic fight.
Oh yeah, dude, that was insane. I remember the first time I saw that. That was mind-blowingly awesome for an action cartoon. But that goes back to what we were saying with comic books. Like, I mean, if you're going to have an action-oriented book, that is definitely geared towards males. And if you look at some of the bullshit that they've done, like, said this, but it was right on the money. I think it might have been on like one of the Underground Geeks streams or something like that. But
oh, if you want a good action comic and stuff, yeah, you need to read like the Green Lantern Corpse War or read Infinite Crisis, because that's good action right there.
oh, dude, I love Infinite Crisis, and I like Crisis.
Oh yeah, like no,
like
Superman, like yeah, you have to have a Kryptonian or some type of Kryptonian like character in an action comic, you know, fighting like that, because that's where it works the best. So when Superman or whoever it is who has similar powers like fights a villain that can match him strength to strength, and you get to see him really awesome like hardcore fist fights.
Oh yeah, like Superboy Prime. Holy fuck, that is like just.
Oh yeah, or like when he fought Sodom, yeah, like that was almost like a Dragon Ball Z film and stuff right there. When he fought, yeah, the Green Lantern with Superman like powers.
Exactly. Yeah, Ion. What was his fucking?
Yeah, he's named Ion, but it's like named Sodom. Yeah, I think. Yeah,
yeah,
he was
Sodom.
Like Like.
Exactly. That was his real name or whatever. But he became Ion, the mantle of Ion. But yeah, but
I was calling Saddam.
Haha. Is like fucking. You have comic books which are like have been geared, especially action comics, extremely geared towards males.
Well, yeah.
But then you have covers like the abomination of whatever the fuck She-Hulk is now at during the SJW Marvel age. It's a fucking slice of life book that is boring as fuck with horrible art on the inside.
Yeah, it's like how is it
geared
towards
how
is superheroes? Yeah.
But I mean, the covers are still geared towards males to pick them up because some of the covers look like pretty fucking crazy. I mean, don't get me wrong; they draw She-Hulk like she's fucking like some non-gendered whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Steroid he, she, father, mother. But damn, when you turn on the inside, it's 100% geared towards like feminists, not just females, but just feminists. You're just like, this is fucking bullshit.
It's like I mean, this isn't superheroes. Like, why are superheroes doing a slice of life of it? I mean, that's just dumb.
Yeah, and also I would like to mention that for some reason there's like a gay character in every fucking SJW Marvel age book, when gays only make up like 1 to 2% of the population worldwide in every country. There's only like 1 to 2%, period, the gay and lesbian fucking population.
Well,
every fucking book.
Because of the SJW Marvel, the only superheroes that exist are a bunch of like 1% progressives and stuff.
Oh, exactly. Damn. The superpower of being super annoying and super disingenuous.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's almost like in their mind they think, oh yeah, conservatives wouldn't go around saving people. Yeah, we would kind of.
Well, we've been doing it entirety of the United States, so I don't see how they could even make that fucking claim.
Yeah, because in their mind, they think like if you're conservative, you got superpowers, you'd immediately go around, I guess, oppressing people and some bullshit.
No, that's ridiculous. Like, Jesus. I agree with you. That's fucking stupid. What's up, Florence? Sorry.
Oh, no. Yeah, I've just been kind of drawing all day, but just kind of listening to you guys. But I kind of wanted to go back to that guy, Michael C. Morona. I think that's his name. Like, he said something to, like, to Underground Geek, where he's kind of like, oh, you're telling me that I shouldn't talk about Trump. You're like, and then he said like, that's suppressing my freedom of speech. You're being a fascist. And I'm like get over yourself. Like, there's so much other stuff that you can talk about. Like, oh my God.
Michael C. Morona wasn't the dude.
Oh no, wait, not Michael C. Morona. It was the guy that that Underground Geek responded to. I think his name was Francesco. I think.
Yeah, FF something, like fucking. He had 2 F's in his name. I remember that.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah. Little fucking toolbox. Like, he's a fucking jackass.
But yeah, that's all I had to say.
Oh no, go for it.
Yeah.
No, that's just all I had to say.
Okay. Well, yeah. See, that's the thing is that the problem is that with comic books is that you have something like I said, superheroes are traditionally going to be almost male centric just because it's hard action. Because yeah, there are women. Because again, feminists will make these issues saying, "Oh, women like hard action too" and stuff. But population wise, that's not the case. And then they'll double down with the whole societal bullshit. That's the worst thing. That's the one thing I hate the most is that the whole societal forcing women to conform to this, bullshit and stuff, which is kind of super annoying. Because then it's like you can't win. You just can't win and stuff because then they're just going to keep throwing out the whole societal standards and stuff.
Hard action because it's internalized misogyny.
I know. I know. It's like that's the thing. Is that they always double down. So the thing is that with comic books, the superheroes are going to be very male centric because you use a lot of action. That's not saying that there aren't going to be women who like that stuff. It's just like you don't do slice of life bullshit. That's just dumb for a superhero. You can do that in comic books, but that's not what you do with a superhero.
Yeah, exactly. There's plenty of fucking comics like that. There's plenty of manga like that.
Yeah, it's like I'm not gonna I'm surprised. I'm actually surprised that they haven't done something with G. Well, I mean, I guess because it's DC, so DC's smart in that. But like Green Lantern, they could totally go SJW with that, where it's like it's like instead of fighting aliens, Green Lantern's gonna talk about how horrible and oppressive Earthlings are and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I saw some stupid shit about somebody was talking shit on. Oh, you've helped out all these purple people and all these.
Oh yeah, that's Green Lantern, Green Arrow. Yeah. No, it's that famous page where it's like that. I mean, where it's like the thing about Green Lantern. The funny thing about Green Lantern is that he is a conservative character. He doesn't blindly follow the rules. Like he's broken the rules when it comes to Green Lantern codes and stuff to do the right thing.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
So because I mean that's basically what they are. Green Lanterns are space cops.
Exactly, they're like the galaxy police, basically.
Yeah,
the quote unquote guardians of the galaxy of DC.
Well, I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy, they're like a mercenary group, so they're kind of different. It's like Nova. I think Nova Corps. Nova Corps is the Marvel equivalent of Green Lanterns. Yeah,
exactly. No, I was just making a joke,
but less cool because Green Lanterns, I love their powers. Like Green Lanterns have an awesome power. I like how like Kyle Rayner's an artist, so which is I guess is a meta joke on the comic book artist because he like writes comic books. I think he draws comic books. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like the original The Man Called Nova. I thought that was a great comic book run. I always liked him when he was guest starring in Spider-Man books too. He's always seemed pretty cool.
Yeah. Ironically, Kyle Rayner is actually part Hispanic. Makes you wonder if Florence is like next Kyle Rayner.
Ha. Well, what was that shit? Ends fucking Nova, dude. God, that was such cringe.
Hey Florence, so where's your Green Lantern ring?
Don't have it yet, but I'm hoping to get one soon.
Artist gets to be because it actually makes sense that an artist becomes a Green Lantern because Kyle Rayner's constructs are always like artistic like characters. Oh, because that's the cool thing about Green Lanterns. It's like each of their constructs, the Earth Green Lanterns, are like they have their own speciality. Like Hal Jordan's like airplanes and missiles and all that stuff. Like John Stewart is like
hold on a second, guys. I'll be right back.
Okay. Like construction and Guy Gardner's his is kind of random, but yeah, they each have their own like specific types of constructs.
Oh yeah. I know that with Guy Gardner, I think he was a fitness instructor or a gym teacher at one point, right? Like, I don't remember. So because I did actually get to read that. I only really read one issue, and that was just his introduction into the series of like what would have it been like if the ring went to someone else besides Hal Jordan. And I thought it was kind of interesting, but at the same time, it's like that's the only time I've seen Guy Gardner. They haven't really put him in anything else, so I'm kind of hoping to see him here down the line again.
Oh yeah, yeah. Guy Gardner, I think, is my favorite just because I like his personality.
Oh yeah. Uh, I know that with the Justice League movie, or no, the not Justice League. It was the Green Lantern movie. They actually had because I know they had a deleted scene where the ring actually shot past this guy named Gardner. So I guess they actually put in an
Yeah,
Easter
deleted
egg.
scene.
Yeah. I mean, I thought that was kind of cool, but at the same time, it's like that movie was. Yeah, I honestly didn't really like how they treated Hal Jordan in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. As for the animated movies, I kind of want to see them only out of curiosity, and also the animated cartoon because I'm pretty curious to see about that.
Oh, what?
Green Lantern the animated series.
Oh, you mean the one that got canned?
Oh yeah, it's because the movie didn't make as it's because they didn't really sell enough toys, and
I know.
you know,
The series is actually really
oh
good,
yeah,
like with Young Justice.
oh yeah,
Yeah, a lot
it
of
all
people
really
loved
came
it.
down. Oh yeah, it really all came down to like the toys and shit and stuff, and I mean, I can kind of get it because you're trying to appeal to. I guess
Uh,
that's probably the reason.
well,
Oh, you can go.
Well, Cartoon Network has a very bad business model where, yeah, basically the life of a show can be dependent on toy sales, which is really dumb. So it's
Yeah,
like, yeah, the thing about Young Justice is Young Justice failed because most of the people watching it weren't kids; they were adults and teenagers, and teenagers and adults don't buy toys. So they should have basically done better merchandising, where they merchandise like, clothing and stuff that adults and teenagers will buy, but they
yeah,
didn't. So it was really bad merchandising. Yeah.
yeah. Same with Symbiotic Titan because I actually really love that, and it
Yeah.
got canceled
I
around the
haven't watched it,
time.
but I heard it's really good.
Yeah, it got canceled around the time my birthday was coming up, so that was kind of a bummer. But I mean, I really, really want to see a continuation of that, but I'm not really sure if because the last episode was really, really interesting. It left a lot of questions, but I guess they're never going to get answered. So, I mean,
Yeah.
unfortunately, yeah.
Was Gravity Falls Disney or was that Cartoon Network?
Yeah, that was Disney, and it only
Okay, so
got
I heard
like.
Gravity Falls is really good.
Yeah, it got like 2 seasons and then it ended. It actually didn't get canceled because I think the guy who made it didn't
It was
want it
intended to
to.
go short. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, but I hear that the guy who's making it probably he says he wants to continue it, but I'm not sure he really wants to continue it as Gravity Falls, you know?
Yeah.
Uh I know that he's making something on Fox, so it might be like an adult show, so that'll be interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. So, anything going on with you?
Oh wow. Nothing really recently, I guess, because like I said, I've just been waiting for Altiro to come out so people can get the drama over and see if the series is any good and give my opinions on it. But I'm not. They haven't really given a release date, so I guess just have to wait till it actually comes out.
Oh, yeah.
And then I have
You have
to.
Netflix.
Oh, what?
You have Netflix, right?
I actually was finally able to get my internet working properly again, so yeah, I can finally load Netflix.
Oh, you haven't seen Devilman Crybaby yet?
Oh, what?
You haven't seen Devilman Crybaby yet?
Is it that anime?
Yeah.
I have not. I saw a trailer on Netflix, but I didn't see it. So yeah.
Yeah, it's already out. It's out already, all 10 episodes. And I did get to see the first episode, and oh my, like the first episode was just so good. It's like if you really loved the violence and sex and gore from the 90s, you are gonna love the first episode. And I hear that the series overall is just kind of like the 90s, or no, not 90s. I think it was like Yeah, I think it was the '90s OVA because it has a lot of like sex and gore, sexual violence, all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's pretty
oh, yeah.
crazy, because it seems like like it's it seems like Netflix has been making has been apparently starting to produce anime on
Oh yeah.
their program because they now realize that they're losing a huge amount of money or in debt because their
Oh, yeah.
model was kind of screwed up, so now they have to make their original content to like be able to sell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. Uh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, you can go. I'm just kind of zoned out at the moment.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like but yeah, it's kind of like because I don't know. Yeah, now I have the Netflix, like I have to check out all the stuff that I was missing. Because I know like Yu-Gi-Oh was on Netflix because I binged Yu-Gi-Oh like several months ago because it was like they didn't have the entire series on there, but it was like basically the first season with Pegasus and a good portion of the Battle City tournament. That was pretty fun to watch.
Oh yeah. I haven't really. I know I used to watch Yu-Gi-Oh a lot when I was a kid, but I think I'm gonna probably get into it. Well, maybe not the.
I like GX better than the original because GX was more fun to watch.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get into that first, probably.
Yeah, you need because you need to go to a school for duel monsters. That's how complicated it is to play Yu-Gi-Oh.
I don't like them censoring the fucking Japanese cards to the American cards. I thought that was bullshit.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, some of the cards were too racy for the U.S. on some of the Yu-Gi-Oh.
You mean too sexual or too like racial?
Too sexual, but that's what I meant by racy. But damn,
racy, that's like sexual.
Yeah, sort of. I mean, it's an older expression, but yeah. But guys, I need to go help out my cousin fix his truck. So I'll see you guys later.
Okay, sure.
I needed to leave. I got a fucking knock on my door. I was like, oh, what's up?
Okay, yeah.
I'll see you guys. Sorry about that. Sorry to drop.
Oh, sure. We'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Later, dude.
See ya.
Later,
Bye.
Florence.
Bye.
Yeah. But what were you saying, Florence? You were talking about Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna probably get into GX because I tried to watch a few episodes of the original, and I honestly can't find a Japanese. Well, I mean, I can try to find a Japanese, like the English subtitles, but with Japanese, the Japanese dub for it. But because the English dub is just really, oh man, like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's corny. I mean, I guess because as a kid, I just watched English dub, so that's just why I do is I just watch in English, basically.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Looking back on a lot of the cartoons I used to watch, like, the English dubs were, like, really, really corny for a lot of the shows I used to watch. Like, I don't know if you've seen Code Lyoko.
Yeah, I saw Code Lyoko. Not all of it, but I saw my friends were really into it. I was on Cartoon Network, right?
Yeah. Some of the voice acting is actually pretty okay, but some of it's good. But like certain characters, they can get on my nerves. I think one was like a woman who kind of sounded like a man trying to voice like a. So that was really, really.
Okay. I know, like with Naruto, yeah, his voice is like a woman trying to sound like a man or boy. Yeah, and his voice is really annoying.
Oh yeah,
yeah, it's like Sakura.
Oh man, I've also been trying to.
Sound a bit like a lesbian.
Oh, yeah. I've actually been trying to get into Naruto on Netflix, but I think I'm gonna probably see that because a lot of people have been really into it. So, I mean, then again, I've been trying.
Like, it's like part. Oh yeah, but Naruto, part one is really great. Like basically, up in like just there's a huge amount of filler after the retrieval arc, and once that's done, basically just skip to Shippuden because the rest of it's just a huge amount of bad filler, which really hurt the series. But yeah, no, the Chunin exam arc is arguably the best arc of the series. I mean, all of part 1 is really good, and like retrieval arc is great, but for me, the Chunin exam, that's like almost perfection for like the arcs in Naruto. And then Shippuden's good. Like Shippuden, luckily, their filler was a little better because they get a good mix of, they like would do the main storyline, then they would do filler, and then they go back to another main storyline, then do filler again. And the filler was pretty was at least decent story-wise, or it actually helped kind of add on to like the lore. It just was okay. So it wasn't bad like in part 1, but it was like, it was like decent.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, no, Chunin exams is my favorite. I think that's definitely the best part because you introduce you to a lot of new characters that become established in the series, and yeah, the action's really good.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm gonna probably keep that in mind. But at the same time, I think I'm gonna probably look up some like websites to see if there's like a list of episodes I can watch that's like non-filler. Because I used to actually
on Netflix, you can watch in Japanese dub.
Yeah. Do that with Power Rangers because Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, because the first one was it had pretty good, it had a lot of filler, so I kind of looked up a list to try to
show or the movie.
Oh, the show.
Okay.
But yeah, I actually had to look up a list just to see which episodes were filler and which were part of the story arc. So yeah, I'm already caught up with that. So hopefully I'll be able to catch up with Naruto, and I don't know about Bleach if that one has filler in it, but yeah, probably not.
I don't know. Bleach is like, I mean, I was never really interested in Bleach. I mean, it seemed like it was kind of very repetitive, but I know it had a huge following. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, The Walking Dead. My brother really loves that, and I tried again to the first few episodes, and I liked it. It's just that I don't know. I guess there's just kind of something that's kind of
for me. It's like I'm not really interested in Walking Dead just because there's so many zombie stuff. It just gets all annoying after a while. So it's like, again, like I like Zombieland because it's a funny comedy and stuff, and it's like movie is good. TV show, I just can't do that. Like, I'll play a video game and watch a movie, but TV show, it's like, no.
Oh yeah.
It's just the same thing. It's kind of, it's only a matter of time before you just get tired of like the same kind of shambling creature always doing the same thing. And then, they try adding, well, there's other stuff like character development and what happens after, but it's just,
Oh yeah, it's not like
it's just not really my thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like Resident Evil where in the games you can actually like okay, so I will admittedly say that Resident Evil does actually get crazy, even in the old games where it's kind of like there's like mutation and stuff like that. But I think
there's not just zombies. There's a lot of other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that the mutations were actually very interesting, like with the Tyrant and William Birkin and Nemesis.
Yeah. That's cool.
Was that a microwave?
Oh, that was just a timer on my phone going off.
Oh, okay. What's the timer for?
Oh, it was just like to keep track of like how long the stream was going.
Oh, okay. You think so you might end it in a few more hours, or
probably like in maybe at 2:30 my time, so like in the next like 20 so minutes.
Oh, okay. But yeah. Oh yeah, and then I have the Spectacular Spider-Man on DVD, all both seasons, and I still need to get to watching that. I need to get to watching like a ton of stuff because my brother actually his girlfriend actually let me borrow Rick and Morty on DVD, the first season, and I'm gonna watch both seasons 1 and 2 just to kind of catch up a little bit. But yeah.
Wait, sorry, say that again.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying that my brother actually asked his girlfriend for Rick and Morty season 1, and I'm catching up with that. So, I have a lot of shit I need to catch up to.
Oh, Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So like, wait, but it's not on Netflix, I don't think, or is it?
Oh no, it's I don't think it's on Netflix, but
You just
I'm
have a
gonna have to
DVD.
kind of like, huh?
It was so you had a DVD.
Oh, of the first season, and then I'll ask for the second season when I'm done with that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Uh, but I mean, what's been going on with you lately? I mean, I think I'm probably asked that, but
Oh, what's going on with me?
yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, yeah, I guess just wishing South Park was on Netflix and not
Oh
like,
yeah.
yeah, because it's not on Netflix. Because even though same with The Simpsons, even though those two are like really, really popular shows.
Oh yeah. Uh, I know that we had a Blockbuster here in my town, and we would always kind of like rent movies over there. Until it like closed down. So it's just kind of an empty building right now. Well, not an empty. It's not a building so much as it's just kind of like one building alongside other buildings, kind of like uh, you know what I mean. It's kind of like one of those like lots, parking lot. That's just kind of like with a bunch of like buildings. It's just kind of, uh, yeah. I'm not really sure how I can explain it, but yeah, we had a Blockbuster here, and we actually got to rent, I think, South Park, and I think it was probably oh yeah, we rented South Park, and one of the episodes on it was when Stan's dad was on a game show and he had to spell out the N word on national television.
Oh, that one, yeah,
Oh yeah, that me and my brother were laughing so hard at that.
yeah, and like, wait, was the actual word? Did you make a mistake?
Um, no way. I think it was like it, it was it was I the word was blank eggers, but then like he wasn't supposed to be like the actual answer was I think it was diggers, but he answered it with the N word.
Oh, so the actual word was diggers, but he sees the M word.
Hold on, I think I'll look that up, but oh, naggers. It was naggers.
Oh, okay, okay,
It was
okay.
yeah.
So I guess he got in a lot of trouble for that.
Oh yeah, he had to. I think he had to apologize to Jesse Jackson.
That's funny. No, you should apologize to Al Sharpton stuff and then pay him money.
Oh yeah.
Because yeah, essentially, because that guy essentially like will basically have people pay him money not to protest and like ruin a business.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he basically is a professional victim.
Yeah. Did South Park ever actually make fun of Al Sharpton?
I have no idea. Maybe I'm not sure. I mean, yeah, because South Park makes fun of everyone, but it all depends if they get a chance to, and if like they recognize it as like being like if it's big enough. I mean, it seems like it should be, but I'll have to look into it, but I'm not sure.
Oh yeah.
I know. I wish I could watch the World of Warcraft episode because I heard that's really funny.
Oh yeah, the World of Warcraft episode. Yeah, I saw that. That was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I also want to watch the superhero episodes as well.
Oh yeah, I really love the superhero episodes. I think.
Yeah, I wish I had a next gen. I wish I had a PS4 so I could get Fractured But Whole.
Oh yeah, my brother actually bought both of them, the Fractured But Whole and also Stick of Truth.
Yeah, I actually have Stick of Truth. I just haven't installed it yet because I've been playing LA Noire because I've recently installed that.
Oh yeah, same. My brother, I think, has also played that game. I don't know. I think I'd have to ask him though. But uh, yeah, I think I've been trying to get. Well, I think I'm gonna actually probably try to play Stick of Truth, and then when I'm done with that, probably play Fractured But Whole. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Uh.
curious to see how the gameplay turns out for Fractured But Whole.
Oh yeah. Uh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then the Lord of the Rings episode with South Park. That one was just really love that one.
Oh, Lord of the Rings
That's
episode.
the Lord of the Rings one where they had to that porn tape that they had to go and bring back to the Blockbuster, I think.
So wait, they had a porn tape and they're treating it like the One Ring or something.
Yeah, where it's like there's a porn tape that no one can watch because it'll make you go insane, and Butters turns into Gollum when he watches the porn tape. It was an
Wait,
episode of South Park.
who's Butters?
Butters is the little kid who dresses up as the little blonde kid who is nervous around his parents. He gets like he puts on this he puts on that superhero costume or supervillain costume because he's trying to be like Doctor Doom
Oh, in the show or like in the games?
in the show. Yeah, well, both actually.
Okay, so in the show he puts on a supervillain costume in random episodes.
Yeah, he that's kind of a recurring thing.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, they. Oh, you can go.
No, say so he goes insane, right?
Oh yeah, he goes insane and turns into Gollum when he watches that porn tape, and they try to uh treat it like Lord of the Rings, like whoever puts on the ring turns insane, but it's more like whoever watches the tape goes insane, and this is a porn tape. This isn't like the ring or anything. And then Token, the black kid, when he watches it, he's all like, I don't want to play anymore. I don't want to play anymore. This is weird. I don't want to play.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like, so his name's Token. That's his name.
Yeah, the one of
yeah, the black kid.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh yeah. You're kind of new to South Park, right?
Yeah, I only bought the first season on DVD, so I watched that, which is really funny.
Oh yeah, the first season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's back when Chef was still alive because Chef like left after a few seasons.
Oh yeah, he got brutally murdered.
Wait, Chef got murdered?
Well, not murdered, but he died really brutally.
Oh, how do you? Because I mean, the voice actor I think died, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah. They. I don't know if I want to spoil it for you, but Chef's death
That's
is
fine.
pretty. Oh, okay.
Like, well, how does
Well,
he die?
okay, so I think he falls off this cliff, and when he hits the bottom, I guess he's kind of like. I think. Well, I'm kind of going off of memory, but I think that when I think Chef falls off a cliff and then I think breaks his legs. And then these, I think coyotes or wolves come or no, tigers. I think, I don't know I don't know what they were specifically, but I know that they were like ripping him apart, like piece by piece. Just like, it was like really bloody, gory, all that kind of stuff.
Okay, wow. Yeah, that's a pretty insane way to go.
Oh, yeah. Uh, I know a lot of people have actually been petitioning for the voice actor's son to come back and to actually take his dad's place and voice Chef. I mean, that'd be kind of interesting.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Does South Park have continuity with character deaths, or can they come back? I know Kenny comes back all the time, but have they ever done that with any other characters?
Well, I know that Kenny actually dies permanently, but then at one point he was,
yeah.
yeah. In terms of continuity with characters, I think there was this one kid called Pip who did die, and we haven't really seen him throughout the series, nor do I think he was mentioned. I think he was just kind of like that one character that just kind of showed up for a season and then just,
disappeared. Yeah. So I'm just curious to see if like they could bring him back without, if they aren't breaking their own continuity, because it seems like they can't. Because I'm not sure. I haven't really seen a character that dies and comes back besides Kenny, because that's a running gag with Kenny.
Oh yeah, I think they kind of explore that with the superheroes episode where it's like they don't explain it, but they kind of explore it where it's kind of like Kenny knows that he dies and comes back. Like no matter how many times he dies, he just keeps waking up in the same bed and the same day over and over, like nothing happened.
Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's kind of like that movie Happy Death Day. I don't really like the title, but yeah, it's kind of like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yeah, that's kind of how I feel about. Yeah, I really like South Park. And I know there's this one show on TBS that's coming out. I think it's like a Star Trek animated show, but I forgot the name of it.
Star Trek animated show.
No, it's like Star Trek, but it's something else. Oh man, I forgot the name of it, but I'm just kind of like looking through it. But
you mean Star Trek Discovery or what?
Oh no, it's completely different. It's hold on.
Oh wait, did you say Star Trek or no?
Hold on.
Okay. But it is a Star Trek show, right?
Well, no, it's not. It's not Star Trek, but it's like Star Trek, where it's like.
Oh, you talking about the Orville?
Oh no, it was. It's on TBS. I just can't.
Okay, it's not the Orville though.
No, I think it's called Final Space.
Final Space.
Yeah, it's called Final Space. It's on TBS. Yeah, I don't know if you've heard of it.
Nope.
Yeah, well, I don't really know that much about it other than David Tennant is actually going to be in it, and you know. Oh yeah, and Conan O'Brien is actually a producer for it. So, I mean, I don't really know that much about like Conan O'Brien or his kind of style. Oh yeah, I know, but I'm not really familiar with his style of comedy.
Well, he was one of the. I think he was one of the comedians that thought all of the Trump jokes were just getting old. Like it's a waste of time. Like he's trying to do other things besides that because it's cheap now. It's like low hanging fruit.
Oh yeah, and then there's Jimmy Kimmel, which I mean I kind of liked him before, but I mean
then people try to push him as political, like thinking like he's America's content. It's really stupid.
Oh yeah, yeah, and then he came out with that one video that was like making fun of video games and all of that, and I know that like I just kind of stopped watching after that. I mean, not because of just the video game thing, but I just, I don't know. I got a little bit. I guess I just didn't really feel like watching Jimmy Kimmel.
Well, YouTube comedians are a lot more funny nowadays because, television, they always have to watch what they say. It's so much more censored. Whereas, someone like Steven Crowder is a lot more funny because he doesn't have to, you know, he's not worrying about like offending people and stuff.
Oh yeah. And then there's also the Rubin report with Alex Jones. Oh yeah.
Oh, Infowars, because Rubin Report's pretty funny too. I mean, it's not really funny, but it's more like, you know, he just like has people over, like, you know, it's kind of like it's one of those shows where you invite a guest on and they talk about themselves, you know, it's like that.
Oh yeah.
Like he's very fair with people. Like he gives people a chance to express themselves. Like he let Richard Spencer come on to express his opinions.
Oh yeah. I know that I've seen Blair White and Blair White. I think I've seen Lacey Green. I know I've seen Candace Owens on there. So
oh yeah, there was that like infamous debate, or not debate, sorry, argument or cat fight. Yeah, argument/cat fight between her and Candace Owens. It was pretty crazy. I didn't watch it because I just couldn't get through that. But yeah, everyone felt sorry for Dave Rubin because I don't think he was expecting it to get like that and stuff.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen it, but I know that a lot of people weren't really a lot of people weren't happy about it.
Yeah, because basically, what was it? So you know the story behind it, right?
Not really, but I think I'm gonna probably watch it.
Yeah, so basically, Candace Owens, or Red Pill Black, used to, before she became Red Pill, basically had this website that was basically where you could find someone's personal information, you know, like their address and all that stuff, by clicking their name through a database, which was basically doxing. It was essentially a doxing, and it could be used for doxing people. Although she claims that it wasn't meant for that, but it still could be used for it. And people proved it, and she kind of denied it and stuff, and even to this day still denies it, I think. So people were upset with her about that, including Blair White. So they decided to have a debate and stuff. And yeah, it turned into that. So yeah, it turned into a controversy. And like the alt-right thought it was hilarious watching the video because they thought it was like a perfect example of, like, you know, in their opinion, conservatives making themselves look stupid.
Yeah. I actually, when I was watching Dave's interview with Candace Owens, I in the back of my mind, when she said that it was a website that was meant to like put out the personal information of on the internet, that was like in the back of my mind, I was like, okay, that's kind of weird, because I thought the whole point of like all this was that, you know, like the whole point of being like because most people don't really want their, well, no, not most, just everyone does not want their information out there.
Unless someone with a serious kidnapping fantasy.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I guess, people were really, so that's when the reason why the controversy happened and stuff. Although now that this whole Kraut and T thing happened and stuff, like the whole Kraut issue thing, you know, a couple of people who were involved with going after Candace Owens got implicated by the whole Kraut server and stuff. So, because, you know, the whole Kraut controversy. Because like Jeff Holiday apparently was on the server, was on like his Discord, the Discord server involving the whole doxing of like alt-right members.
So Jeff Holiday accused them, or they accused Jeff?
What happened was that the Kraut server that involved, you know, the whole going after and since doxing alt-right members or something, because, you know, over the whole race realism, scientific arguments, you know, basically on that server, like Base Mama and Jeff Holiday were two names that were on that server, you know, in the Discord.
Yeah.
And this stuff, you know. So people were really mad at that. So that's one of the reasons why Kilroy, that free speech event that's going on in Phoenix or planning to go on, is like people are backing out of it because now they realize that, you know, they are part of a server that was kind of potentially dedicated to doxing alt-right members. Oh yeah. Which seems like contradictory to free speech and stuff, you know.
Yeah. I know that Zeph was actually in Weapon Server, and like I know that they actually like he probably knew one of the admins on Weapon Server, but at the same time, it's like, because I mean, as far as I know, Zeph never. Oh no, just that Zeph was on there, and I noticed he was on there for a long time. I just didn't think that because I just kind of thought he knew one of the admins. I just didn't. But like he never interacted with any of us. He never talked. He never. So it was kind of weird, just kind of seeing him on there, and then him never posting anything. So I kind of knew in the back of my mind that something was up, but I didn't want to be like all that. I guess I didn't want to be like paranoid or anything like that.
Yeah.
Or have like the wrong kind of I probably doubted myself thinking that he probably did talk in the server. I just probably wasn't around for that, but yeah. I kind of unfriended him and unfollowed him, and I mean, I don't know if
because he was like what, like harassing people or something.
Well, no, I mean, I heard that he was going around and doxing people, but I don't know what the whole story with that is, but
like he was doxing anti-comic book skate people or something.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, I mean, I personally would not want to affiliate myself with those kind of people at all. Like, people who just generally do that kind of stuff. I don't want to film. Yeah, I would not affiliate with those kind of people.
Well, yeah, but doxing's illegal. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but Zep was part of that server, right?
Who? Of like which server?
The Kraut server.
Well, I was talking about Jeff Holiday. Yeah, Jeff Holiday. He was apparently part of the server. Like he was on the server.
I was. Yeah. I'm just kind of asking like what the whole point of all this. Like I know that it was.
The point of it was basically to be aggressive, like in attacking alt-right people pushing the race realism narrative in science, like how there's scientific evidence that their belief was that there's scientific evidence proving the difference between races. Like some races are potentially better at things than other races on a genetic level. So Kraut was trying to counteract that, believing that it was bullshit science and stuff. So he basically decided he was going to get really aggressive, and I think it involved doxing people. Yeah, which created a huge controversy because now the alt-right is going after Sargon because, Kraut so basically Kraut came to Sargon. Sorry, Kraut came to Sargon asking him for advice or whatever and stuff, and Sargon told him not to do it, saying it's stupid and it's really low and stuff. But the alt-right became really angry with them, accusing him of actually knowing about what Kraut was doing and not ratting him out. Because a lot of people thought that Sargon should have immediately ratted him out and exposed him for what he was doing, and Sargon technically didn't because they're kind of close friends.
Oh, yeah.
So people are now really angry at Sargon for basically, so alt-right members were really angry at Sargon for basically kind of in a sense not doing what they believed was the right thing to do, which was basically expose him. So now, there's like a real big split in the anti-SJW movement and stuff, between the people who thought Kraut was basically being, essentially being a hypocrite and like anti-free speech or whatever, and being a radical, and like the people who like basically kind of came to Kraut's defense.
Yeah. So, where are they now on this whole thing, or is this thing still going on, or has it died already?
Right now, Kraut basically deleted all of his stuff. Like he deleted all his videos, so he's basically quit YouTube, and I think he's quit all social media. Like he's literally not any social media anymore. I mean, I haven't checked in a while, but yeah. So basically, this whole incident has basically made him quit everything. It's pretty crazy, yeah.
Yeah. And
because apparently, I think he got really pissed. I think he got really pissed off that an alt-right member kind of, I think, got a one step above him on a debate or something. I think he got into a debate and with an alt-right member, and I think the alt-right member actually might have beat him in a debate. Yeah, so and I think that made Kraut really get mad.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that the one video that I've seen of Kraut was a guest video on Mr. Epsilon where he was talking about cultural appropriation, and I actually agreed with that, with a lot of what he said in that video, but I haven't really seen anything of his since then, and I'm not sure.
Again, he's another YouTube skeptic, kind of like Sargon stuff. Just the thing is, he got really, in this instance, he got really radical trying to combat the alt-right's attempt to use science to prove race realism.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's one of the alt-right's things, is to use science to basically prove the differences between races and the advantages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I can kind of see, like, I mean, on one hand, I can actually see that, well, I think that's like a 75%, or no, not even that. Like, we're all the same, but at the same time, it's like there are subtle differences in our races. Like, and I mean, like, possibly biological and definitely cultural. You know.
Well, it also has to do with how people have been mixing over the years, because like it's like with African Americans. One of the reasons why African Americans are such great athletes is mainly due to the fact that being slaves, people were bred to have like the best traits, because it made you a better, more efficient worker. Which is why, because I mean, when you compare African Americans to Africans and African nations and stuff, Africans are much more skinny and not really as largely built on average compared to African Americans.
Yeah.
So athletically, when we look at African Americans and Africans and Europeans are actually very even athletically.
Yeah.
But like African Americans, we're kind of different just because, of the whole, you mix with other people. And then not to mention when you're a slave, you basically, have two people with good traits mixed to like be physical and stuff.
So there's kind of like,
because you want the most physical worker when you're working as a slave and stuff.
Oh, right. Right.
And then you also, after slavery, you have all the hard labor jobs and stuff as well.
Oh, right.
So it makes sense why African Americans are more athletic. It's not really a racial thing. I mean, it's not a racial thing in the sense that a lot of black nationalists try to push it, which is like kind of like black Nazism. It's just the reality of how, having a background in slavery and then working hard after slavery, kind of is going to give you those, traits and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like how, it's kind of like how Vikings were really tall. Like Germans and Celts are very tall people compared to Romans, and they mix with people that give them those tall features.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because, like, Europeans are pretty diverse as well with, like, the different ethnic groups.
Oh, yeah, and I know that with, like, Japanese, they kind of, I know with their diet, that kind of affects, like, their skin color.
Oh, really?
Well, I'm not sure if it's their diet or their biology, but that's kind of the reason why their skin is more, I guess you can say, what's the word? You get what I mean, the word I probably use, but that's probably why their skin is a different color than, say, Caucasians.
Yeah.
The melanin in their skin. I think it's probably well, I don't know. I hear that it's because of their diet, but then again, I could be wrong on that. But I mean, yeah, especially with Asians, it's like, and also the fact that I don't know if it's kind of a thing, but like with the eyes, it's kind of like they, I don't know what they're called. I think they're called, oh man, I forgot what they were called, but they're part of the eyes. The eyelids are different than, say, than a Caucasian's.
Okay. So, like, who is this? The Japanese, you mean?
Oh yeah, the Japanese, Chinese.
Well, I mean, Japanese look a little different from. I mean, it depends on who the Japanese person, but yeah, Japanese do seem to look a little different than Chinese. Like some of them some of them are very bright skinned. That like if their eyes were a little different. They would look a lot like Caucasians, which makes sense because like the Ainu people in Japan are technically the original natives to the island, and they're like a Turkic people from like the Siberian Peninsula that crossed over to the islands like thousands upon thousands of years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in Japan they tried to deny their existence really because they like to believe that they're the actual original native settlers to the nation.
Yeah.
I think it's only until like 1999 that they finally recognized that Japan has an indigenous population.
So like Japanese and Chinese, they're wait, what was that thing about the indigenous
Ainu? You've heard of them, the Ainu people? They're Ainu. They're like Turkic people from the Siberian Peninsula. And for decades, they didn't acknowledge their existence, basically. There was no official... Basically, the government did not recognize an indigenous population in Japan for decades. And it's only recently that they finally actually admitted that there is actually an indigenous population, which is the Ainu people.
Oh, yeah.
Siberian stuff. So the Japanese, their original ancestors, I think, came from Korea or South Korea and stuff. So they mixed with the Ainu and stuff. So it's probably one of the reasons why the Japanese have a semi-Caucasian look at times for some of them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm oh man, I don't know about like Indians. Like Indians were like much, I guess they're kind of like southish. They're like in the sun most of the time. I'm not really, because I mean they're a lot like darker than, I mean they're Asians, but they're like much darker than say Chinese, Japanese, all that kind of stuff. I mean I don't know if it's like kind of an observation I'm making.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, like you call it Native Americans?
Oh no, not Indians, as in like India, in Asia.
Oh, like, Indians in Asia.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not really sure like how similar they are to say Chinese or Koreans or stuff like that, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense. But yeah, it's just, well, because India's is India, right? Because people from India, you're not Indians.
I'm not sure.
From Asians,
yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure.
Okay, but yeah, it's just, I don't know. The whole thing is that the alt-right is all about racial realism, where it's like there are aspects of different races that will determine how good someone is at something. Like some people are more inclined to be more scientific, or some people might be more inclined to be athletic, something like that and stuff,
Yeah.
As in there's genetic differences between how races perform with different tasks and occupations. So that's basically where this whole controversy started with Kraut and stuff. And it basically de-evolved into, like, alt-right members are accused Sargon of knowing and not doing anything about it, saying he was complacent, and Kraut's like attempt to dox people.
Oh yeah.
So basically it's caused a huge amount of drama, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So there's just that old stuff.
So I know that there was this thing on Twitter where it's like this guy was saying that like Namor was that Namor hated white people, and I mean I don't really know that much about Namor myself, but I know that a lot of people were saying like no, he didn't hate just white people. He also he hated
everyone.
Yeah, he hated humans, I think.
Yeah, he hates humans because their nuclear tests destroyed part of his underground kingdom, like his underwater kingdom. Yeah, Atlantis.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know. I think at one point he probably worked at. I know one comment said that it said that no, he was that Namor was working alongside the Wakandians. I'm not really sure where that's from, but yeah, you know, I'd probably have to go and look that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just kind of more of that like it's just more of that kind of like BS that's on Twitter. That's just complete lies.
Yeah.
But but yeah. So I mean, has there been anything on Twitter that you've seen lately?
Not too much. I mean, it's normally the usual stuff. Well, I probably should end the stream right now since it's getting a little late.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. Next. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell the other guys I was here, but next week I'm going to probably have to. I'm going to like drop. I'm going to push it back to like 3 p.m. Specific time instead of 12.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be like 3 p.m. instead of 12 p.m. my time. So just because I try and do something earlier in the day.
Oh yeah, I think you can probably tell them in the group.
Yeah, I'll tell them in the group, but yeah, I forgot to tell them in the stream. So anyway, yeah, thanks for joining. And anyway, guys, if you watch this stream, that you can like and subscribe to both our channels. I am Sergeant Billy, and this is Florence. So yeah, try to like and subscribe because that helps both our channels if we get more subscribers. Yeah. So just again, tell them where they can find you on Twitter.
You can find me at Gamaliel Perales, and on Facebook you can just find me under Florence Lupin.
Okay. Yeah, and my Twitter address is at the let me darn. I always keep forgetting the term for it, what's called the symbol, but anyway, it's the obnoxious virus at the obnoxious virus. Oh yeah, sorry, it's at obnoxious_virus. That's my address. Anyway, thanks for tuning in for another extreme stream. I am closing the stream.